Well, how's it going, friends? Happy Thanksgiving to those who are celebrating. Um, we we doing PBE style Thanksgiving is what we're doing.
We got
I'm
all the fixins.
Yes, I'm not alone in the booth either. I got a co-pilot with me this afternoon. Um, been on a few streams this season. Also, this will be his, I believe, second straight playoff stream. I don't know if he did the playoff stream season before.
I know I did. Yeah, this is my second straight. I did not do the playoff 3 seasons ago. No.
So we got a
So
veteran in the booth, and this is gonna be my first prospect league playoff since y'all decided to do a mega after dark playoff stream last time around. I figured we balance it out and do a day stream.
this is the family-oriented one. It's a holiday for probably a lot of people in the PBE, so we wanted to make sure it was done so everyone could gather around, turn off the football games, and watch fake baseball.
Yeah, depending on who's winning, will dictate our viewership for this stream because I believe it's Packers and Lions going on
It is
right now.
Packers and Lions. I'm gonna be having on the other monitor because I'm a Packer fan, but it won't distract me from what's important. Don't worry about that.
One thing I am gonna try to do real quick because I don't know if other people in chat if they can help me out. Um, could T-Den be bumped up a little bit more? Because I mean I can hear you kind of fine. Um,
Oh, I could probably put my microphone closer to my face, and I probably was talking a little quiet, so
oh, okay, yeah, that looks
perhaps
right.
it's just I just got to use my chest a little more when I speak. Probably. I actually have this issue when I do podcasts. Well, I come across really quiet, so
You
I give
need
my
what
microphone a
I
little
need at
credit.
work. Like what I do for a living, like I have we call it vocal energy because what I do if I don't have vocal energy, then my job I would be terrible at my job. So I get it. I do that sometimes too. Even with my headset because I way my mic is, it's not like I don't have many adjustable options on my mic without it getting like poking my face. But we have the standings here on the screen. This is how everything panned out. It was one of the closer prospect leagues that we've had. I mean, literally came down to the final day in terms of who would get the number one seed, and the East ended up getting a clutch win to solidify the one seed. Let's take a look at our tree. So it is best of five in round one, and then the championship round is a best of seven. We are doing this how we usually do it for most regular playoff streams. We will be streaming the games that basically elimination games or clinching games, in other words, depending on how you want to look at it. So, depending on how these series play out, we could be streaming a lot of games, or we could maybe not be streaming as many. But that's the beauty that is the playoffs, as the East and the West have home field advantage in the first round. It'll be North against the East, the four versus the one, and then the South and the West, the battle of the two and three seeds. Considering, just as a side note slash housekeeping, I will say that because I'm one of the people responsible for it. Um, I know this stream's at a weird time for most people, as we've mentioned. Do not worry, I will definitely try to make sure I get the VOD uploaded to the YouTube channel shortly after this stream is done. We'll just see how long it takes Twitch to move it over, because that could take a couple hours. But definitely try to make sure we get this up for those who may not be able to watch it live. So just as a little bit of a side note there. But with that being said, we do have three players coming in at the very last second. So let's go say hi to them real quick, and then we will go ahead and get on into it. We have one relief pitcher out of the three on the West, Rafael Rockefeller. A righty relief pitcher, user Stoneway Swamp Donkeys. Um, so
Solid.
relief pitcher for the West. And then we have a couple more players as well. I know we have one on the East, or at least I think we have one on the East. Yes, we do. Third baseman Amy 43, continuing on with the one of the wonderful name traditions that we have, 43 being one, and to my total disappointment for 2 seasons in a row, no Coves. I know I'm not the only one disappointed. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Enoch. Um,
Yeah, you two would be the ones that are disappointed. I I I I'm not disappointed, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe they're starting to thin out, and maybe the Cove Army isn't as strong as people once thought it was.
I, I always call the like Coves are like the Nickelback of PBE. Either you like them or you don't like 'em. I don't think there's like a middle when it comes
Well,
to the Coves.
yeah, I didn't realize it came from one user at first. So for me, at first, it was just there was one prospect league season where I think there was like 5 or 6 coves, and it just when you're making the players or you're trying to like filter through or watch a game, you have no idea which cove is which. So that was the only reason I didn't like all the coves. Um, but there's nothing against the Cove Army itself. Actually, it's just from the viewership standpoint. But then on the flip side, I guess you could have a ton of fun with it, comparing all the coves and something of that sort. So yeah, I didn't really know what was going on with the Cove Army when I first started doing this, and you quickly catch on once you see like 8 of them in one season.
See, I like pagan in a sense. I like the one of the main reasons why I love the all the coves is watching the streamers such as myself and the wonderful co-hosts. When they get to a cove name, they just stare at it and they're just like, another cove. Like
It,
I'm probably one of the few people I take a stab at it as far as trying to pronounce the names. I think it's hilarious if you ask me. But we do have one more player to welcome on in. We are over on the south. We have a center fielder, Jordan Thompson, recreative AK-41, longtime PBE user. Um, just sneaking on into the prospect league, playing in center field. So we got our final three. So 30, I believe 33 um, people in the prospect league. We have a bunch of teams with majority, all the teams, I think, majority wonderful players in the community. So it's a great thing to see, especially as we head on into the playoffs, which I know a lot of people are itching to see what happens. Let's take a look. Let's get on into it. First game of the playoffs is going to be South and the West, and the West will take the 1-0 lead. 5-3 is the final. Taking a look at the box, Tiger Dawson 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Cassius Ketch getting a hit as well as an RBI. Jordan Thompson in their debut, RBI and a run scored. And then Mark Southworth 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored as well. For the West, Tedford Woofington Jr. 3 for 4, two doubles and a home run, as well as 2 runs scored. Grand Slamdolph 2 for 3 with a double run scored RBI. Ted Jonalis 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. And then Zach Hartman 1 for 3 with an RBI. For the pitching, Pee Wee Matthews will get the win. Flan Reynolds will get the loss. Kylo Ren will get the save. And then we have North versus the East. And it's going to be East getting the 6-3 win. going up 1-0 on the North. For the North, McDaniel getting on base with a walk, Scotty Sterling a walk and a run scored. Winton going 1 for 3 with a walk. Wellerman also getting a walk. For the East, Rue 2 for 4. And then Amy 43 in their debut, 1 for 4 with an RBI, 2 runs scored. Aria Harper going 1 for 4 with a run scored. Tyler Deathridge 0 for 4, but got an RBI as well as a run scored. I McFish 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, run scored, got a double and a home run. And I should also point out Amy 43 also got a home run as well. Harper and McDaniel both getting stolen bases for their respective teams. Magnus Peters will get the win. Dion Mitchell the loss. Garfield will get the hold. Eddie Catch will get the save. Player of the game is Ty France Jr. So far the top two seeds going up, winning their prospective game ones.
Yeah, everything kind of just going as planned so far. But I'd expect the North to actually make it an interesting series because historically, the bottom seed does really well in the playoffs for some reason in the Prospect League playoffs.
That is true
So
too. Also, one thing we gotta also for if you're like me, I believe it's West, yeah. If you're like me, also keeping an eye out um for Jose on his um journey to yet another prospect league ring. If you're like me and you want that to happen, kind of, the West is another team to keep your eyes on. But we still have a lot more baseball to go. I mean, we're one game into it. Let's see what game two has in store for us as we have the South versus the West game two, and the South tie it up four
here
to
we go.
two. 2 runs in the top of the seventh and a run in the top of the ninth to help get them there. The West tried to make it interesting, getting a run back in the bottom of the seventh. Taking a look at the box for the South, Tiger Dawson going 1 for 5. Catch getting an RBI in there. Mark Southworth 2 for 4 with an RBI. Hector Roca 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. For the West, Tedford Woofington Jr. with their second home run in the series. Also popping in another RBI as well. On top of that, a walk. Ted Jonalis 1 for 4, and then Zach Hartman 1 for 4 as well. For the pitching, Will Millis will get the win, Duke Silver the loss, and then Duke Smith will get the save. Duke Silver will be your player of the game. So that series is now knotted up a game apiece. See what happens in game two between the North and the East.
Drum roll.
Extra innings. Oh my goodness. Oh
Wow.
my. So it was 1-0 heading into the ninth. North get two on the board to make it 3-0, and then the East come back to tie it up 3-all, and then the North with a run in the we gotta see the game log here. What the heck
Yeah.
happened?
Well,
So
nothing for most of the game.
so in the top of the ninth, it was first an RBI single by Wellerman, then an RBI single by McDaniel. So that was the 2 runs to make it 3-0. And then in the bottom half of the inning, it was a Mantle leadoff double, and then and then a wild
Walk.
pitch got him to third, so a Harper sac fly, and then a 2 RBI single, I believe. Yeah, 2 RBI single by I McFish to tie it up. And then in the
Wow.
top of the 11th, it was an RBI single by Scotty Sterling to get them out in front. What a oh man, we're gonna be in for a fun stream. I feel like if we see things
Yeah,
like that.
couple more game logs like that, and I'll guarantee it.
Oh man, and happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Dynamic and everybody else popping on into the stream. Taking a look at the box, McDaniel 2 for 6 with an RBI. Scotty Sterling 1 for 6 with that clutch RBI in the top of the 11th. And then Winton going 1 for 1 with 2 walks, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Wellerman 1 for 5 with an RBI. And then for the East, Kodwaroo 1 for 5. Amy 43 also going 1 for 5. Harper, a walk and an RBI. Deathridge getting a walk and a run scored. And then I McFish, another great game as well in the series, 2 for 4 with a couple runs batted in. For the pitching, Toby Ziegler will get the win, 1 2/3 perfect innings in relief. Mikey Weiser will take the loss. Whiplash the blown save. Shirazi will be your player of the game, throwing 7 shutout innings. So crazy game two for both of them. We have both series are tied 1-1. So effectively, it's best of 3 now. Um,
Yes,
I mean,
we are.
any thoughts so far? Like, how you
Well,
feeling?
either way, after this next game, we're going to be in an elimination game in both of these. So I'm excited to actually start streaming these games too. So that's good news. Uh, what I'm looking for the North to beat the East Mounties, just maintain that bottom seed supremacy. And then on the other side, like I said, it's always fun to see Jose do well. So we're kind of looking for the West to do something there. So we'll see. I don't have other than a couple really fun games so far. Just to roll through the box scores is good news. So we'll see.
Yeah, and to answer your question, I saw a question in the chat from Daedalus. So it's best of 5 in round 1 and then best of 7 in round 2. So just to 'cause I know you popped in a little late, so just to kind of catch up on that. Um, but with that being said, because yeah, I mean this is going to be this is the best part about Prospect League, the playoffs. It feels like anything can happen. So let's see how eventful of a game 3 we have, as now the top 2 seeds are on the road. So
See
how will this play out? It's going to be the
which
West and
team
the
feels
South in
money
game 3.
went away.
Oh dear me.
Oh wow.
Oh dear.
Well, Jose didn't have enough magic there. He did hit a home
Um
run though.
well then, uh 16-6. I got a big sense of deja vu um there for a moment, although it wasn't 21 runs, but I digress. For the West, Tedford Woofington Jr. 1 for 5 RBI and a run scored. I know Tden just mentioned Jose hitting a dinger, going 2 for 5. Ted Johnless 1 for 5. Grand Slamdolph 3 for 5. Hartman 1 for 5 with a run scored. Taking a look at the South, I mean, everybody got a hit. Everybody got an RBI. Um, we'll start off with that first. Cassius Ketch getting a double. Hector Roca getting a double. Leon Riston getting a double. Jordan Thompson, their first home run in the Prospect League as part of their 2 for 4, 2 RBI, 3 run outing. Um, and then also getting multiple hits. Mark Southworth going 2 for 4 with a ribby and a run scored. My full box score in that regard, but Rodriguez will get the win. Solo will take the loss. This is going to be and I'm only saying this for playoff purposes. It's going to be very interesting the rest of the way, considering how much of the West's bullpen has been used up in this game. But Hingle McCringleberry will be your player of the game, and to a certain extent, the South, because those two pitchers did throw a lot. So that's going to be something to kind of keep our eyes on to see how that plays out for the final 2 games, or potentially final 2 games, because we're going to be streaming this game coming up now, because it's going to be a clinching game for the South from here on out. Same thing for this game. Whoever, I mean, we're going to be streaming these from here on out because no matter what, it's going to be clinching
Yeah, it's
games
gonna be
the rest of the way. So, with that being said, East and the North, walk off, walk off alert, 4-3. What was the walk off? A walk off single by Shrimp McDaniel to score Matt Phillips to win the game for the North and go up 2 games to 1, I should say. The final was 4-3. Taking a look at the box score, Amy 43 going 1 for 4. Tyler Deathridge 1 for 3 with an RBI double. I McFish 1 for 2 with an RBI. Dazen Gill 0 for 2 but got a walk to get on base. For the North, McDaniel going 3 for 5 with an RBI. Maddie Phillips 1 for 3, a walk, 3 runs scored, and then Winton 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies and a walk. Wellerman also getting on base with a walk. Phillips with 2 stolen bases in this game as well. Hosh Yader will get the win. Garfield the loss. Katsuki Bakugo will be your player of the game. So this has gotten very interesting very quickly because our top 2 seeds have
on
to
the
win it
brink of
out.
elimination.
They're on the brink of elimination. They have to win it out. Um, we,
Will we get the Civil War World Series of the North versus South?
I mean, we could be in for a very interesting. I mean, I feel like it is already interesting. I should say up to this point. Between the 2 games, the one that we are going to watch first, I think we'll watch North and East first. In fact, I should probably advance the day. I'm over here getting ahead of myself. I'm like, look, I'm like, something doesn't look right here. We'll watch North and East first because there is a user picture in terms of Luther McIntosh. And before I forget, where is BNN? No, need to make sure that this is my first playoff stream, so I don't usually have to do that. I'm just glad I remembered that right away. But let me go ahead and let's get a prediction going. Let's get a prediction going here. Let's see.
We
I
have
I
bots
think
today.
I think we'll do who wins. I mean, why not? We'll
That's a good one. Yeah, that's
keep it.
solid.
Let's keep it simple here, especially
Keep
in the
it simple,
playoffs.
stupid.
So
That's for me. Keep it simple for me.
we got it in there. So prediction is out there. Who wins? East or the North? East need to win to continue on. The North need to win to make it to the championship as the 4 seed. Can they pull off the upset? Couple observations. First of all, it's really cold. It's 41 degrees. Um, and secondly, wind could be a factor from what it looks like. Wind blowing from right to left at gusty 13. Um, and from what it looks like on the head to head, it's pretty tight. A slight shade to the east from what it looks like. But I mean, any observations for you, Tina? Anything that you see here of interest?
Well, the exciting thing is always seeing the new creates come into the playoffs with no prior Prospect League experience. So we have Amy 43 DHing for the East Mounties, seeing if maybe she can extend her Prospect League experience outside of the first round. And then on the other side, we have Bradley Wellerman, who's been hitting very well, but not recently, as he's got the cold streak going. So if he can come back, if you remember the first game, he had the 2 doubles and a home run. So see if he can return to form from that first game and see if the North can move on. We can be done with the series.
Yeah, it's going to be one thing that is interesting that's caught my eye is some of the heavy. So, like one thing that sticks out to my eye is Cod Ruru, who has basically led the league in hitting all season. His head-to-head versus McIntosh, 176, 3 for 17. I find that very intriguing, especially considering the fact that McIntosh versus the East this season is 1 and 3 with 6.27.
Well,
So,
it's funny if you look versus McIntosh, the 6 through 9 hitters have kind of owned him in the top half of the lineup, not including Amy 43. So the top four, not including her, have not really been able to do anything.
yep,
So it's going to be the bottom of the lineup to watch for the East Mounties in the first early innings against McIntosh.
and one thing I've been keeping my eyes on this ever since last night's stream, in their first stream. Um, Matt Phillips, for the North. Even though it sticks out like a sore thumb, that 42 overall, keep in mind I'm pretty sure if not the fastest, one of the fastest best base runners, and they've proven that having 7 stolen bases in last night's stream alone. Um, could be interesting if North does some small ball and find their way winning it in that fashion. And I do also want to point out Phillips did score the winning run, um, in last night's game. So, but with that being said, I mean, hopefully somebody's going to value bet. Nobody's feeling the East in the prediction. In fact, only one person has predicted it. See, if we had some mods today, I definitely. I mean, I don't know. Do I have any mods today? Um,
And
I haven't seen anything
probably
in mod
not.
chat, although I do see a mod on the list.
I
I
see
ain't
a
gonna call
mod.
out names,
Oh,
but
I see Captain.
oh,
I
okay.
can
Well, I
definitely
wasn't gonna
spell
call out
Captain. That's
names,
me.
but
I don't know. I don't know if he's up for modding, but I do see him. I do see him there in the user dropdown. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna hold anyone to anything on a
because
day
I
like
mean,
today.
I'd love to throw some money in there, but I know the moment I do, I can't close the prediction and nobody wins, and everybody gonna get mad at me. And it's Thanksgiving, we gotta be thankful, not mad. So, how the turn team? Gosh,
How the
oh
turntables
man,
walk out from the Wellerman.
I know why. I mean, I know why you said that. But- I know why you said that both ways. Daedalus. I know exactly where that came from. That prediction's about to run out. I might as well just let it run out. It's got like 20 seconds on there. So let that run down. You want to do half half? You want to do 3-3-3? What you feeling today?
I mean, yeah, we can do half half. I'll take the first half so you can bring that vocal excitement to the back half and a potential elimination. I can drone on for 4.5 innings, and then you
or
can come in and really throw it down.
or as wonderful Daedalus likes to remind me, my inner Joe Buck.
That's right. Your Hall of Famer, Joe Buck.
Oh man,
You
oh
gotta.
gosh. I'd like to think I have more excitement than Joe Buck. I'm not monotone, but that's enough rambling. That prediction is over. Let's get on into it. Playoff baseball.
Well,
Let's
Troy
get
talked to Mike
started.
McCarthy before the game. Anyways, let's go.
Oh, Bob Costas, I love
All
that.
right. McIntosh starting off the series in a fly out to center field by Cod Ruru. Amy 43, first time seeing her on stream, and she cranks one, but that's not going to have enough as that's also going to be caught by the center fielder McDaniel. And then you have Mitchy Mantle, descendant of Mickey Mantle, who's just going to ground out in the 6-3 uh, put out there. So not much to see, not much going for the East in the first inning in their elimination game. Bill Pitt is going to pitch it to Shrimp McDaniel, who's going to pop out to left field. Harper out there. Scotty Sterling sends player, grounds out to the second baseman. And then Jaden Zielinski just goes down swinging on the 0-2 curveball
Hang on,
into
real
the
quick.
top of
Oh,
the second. Oh, am
uh,
I talking quiet again?
no, 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 no. I'm gonna do somebody a
I could
favor
yell.
because hold on.
No,
Let me do this real quick. Get that out of the way. We
I,
don't need that.
I,
So y'all can see the
I
field.
could yell.
No, no, no. You're coming through fine. I just realized we don't need BNN for this. So let everybody see the whole field. But with that being said, sorry to interrupt you. Go for it.
Oh, you're fine. And there's an 0-2 pitch in the outside corner for strike three to Lightning McQueen, who's going to find themselves sitting on the bench. Here's the bottom of the order coming up. Harper is going to just bloop one to left field. So this is the bottom of the order. Boo Barrow that has done well against McIntosh, but here it's not going to be the case. Or it is with an infield single. So bottom of the order magic continues against McIntosh, and again it goes down. So just as we kind of mentioned in the beginning, the bottom of the order is McIntosh's issue, but he does get out of it. Thankfully, having two outs going into that bottom of the order, as he struggled with it during the regular season, and he also struggled with it there. Ty France Jr., longtime prospect leaguer, is going to go down swinging on a curveball. Bill Pitt with two strikeouts. Gage Barclay, the catcher, is going to rip one to third base, but it's going to be easily gobbled up there by Raru. And then we're going to get a bleeder up the middle by Matt Phillips. So they have a runner on. North has a runner on for the first time today, and he's going to steal second base, and he's easily in there. And then Patrick Lindsay goes down swinging. So they had a runner in scoring position, nothing going in the bottom of the second either. We're going to head into the third inning. Dazen Gilly is going to put one on the ground of third base. Pad Ruru pops one up, looks like a can of corn out there in center field. And Amy 43, her second at bat on stream, is going to also put a can of corn out to the center fielder McDaniel, though he did have to range a little bit over to his left for that one. Bill Pitt back on the mound facing right-handed batter Winton, who is going to take a leadoff walk to put North with the person on base, give the North person on base, and that's just going to be popped out by Bradley Wellerman, who stays cold. Trent McDaniel, center fielder, is going to hit into what could have been a double play, but it looks like the second baseman just couldn't turn it. But the second baseman will pick that one up off the ground and just lob it over to first for the third out. A couple of cold hitters on the North. We'll see if they can pick that up next inning. Mitchie Mantle drives one up the middle, and he's going to be standing on first, giving the East a base runner.
Oh, he picked him off.
And this is going to be a pickoff attempt, and he got him. Ty France Jr. with a great swipe, apparently. And then Lightning McQueen is just going to ground it to the second baseman, and then Harper's going to hit one to the shortstop for a 6-3. And just like that, they had a man on, no outs, and poof, the inning's over for the East. In an elimination game, you just can't be picked off at first. Jaden Zielinski's going to take a leadoff walk, so now the North have an opportunity with a man on first with no one out. And Ty France Jr. pops one out to the right fielder, Dazen Gilly. Bill Pitt pitching to
Oh,
Gage Barclay, and a diving catch out center field by Tyler DeThrage. DeThrage, I don't know how to pronounce that, but that one is going to be a bleed up the middle by Matt Phillips. So Patrick Lindsay, DH, swings with a man in scoring position, and he doesn't do anything with that. So a little bit of excitement there with some nice defensive plays. And we're to the top of the fifth. And it's going to lead. Start off with a strikeout. McIntosh only his second strikeout. Burrow chased a bad pitch in the dirt. Tyler DeThrage is going to swing and hit it to the first baseman, Ty France Jr. And AI McFish is going to give another can of corn on Thanksgiving to the center fielder, passing it all around the table. And that'll lead us into the bottom of the fifth. Nasbase. It's all
we
you, buddy.
we got a pitcher's duel on our hands here as Winton's going to ground out to the second baseman for out number one, bringing up Wellerman. A ground ball. Oh, fumble bumble. They're going to score that an infield single for Wellerman. So runner aboard for the McDaniel, who's going to hit that to foul territory, and it's caught. So 2 outs, runner aboard for Sterling, who will swing and miss for strike three. So we still have goose eggs on the board as we head to the sixth, and it's going to be Dazin Giel leading off. Caught looking strike three on the outside corner. Third punch out for McIntosh in this one as we go to the top of the order and Cod Ruru. Line drive base hit opposite field. So one out base runner on for Amy 43. Caught looking strike three. Oh man. Little inside, but gets the call. Full count to Mantle. That's a base hit to right. Ruru's going to go to third. So runners are in the corners. 2 outs for Lightning McQueen. Fly ball to right field, and that's going to be caught. And the runners will be stranded again as we head to the home half of the
Wow.
sixth. Oh my goodness. We may be here for a while, folks. Hold on to your seatbelts as Zelensky will ground out for the first out here in the bottom of the sixth. Ty France Jr. with a fly ball to right for out number 2 as Barclay is going to hit a base hit up the middle. So 2 out base runner on for Matt Phillips. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired. 6 innings of scoreless ball. We head to the 7th. Still knotted up at 0, only 9 hits total in this game. As Harper will hit a lazy grounder to the second base side for the first out. And now Boog Barrow with a ground ball to short. 2 away quickly now for Deathridge. Fly ball center field, that is caught. It is stretch time as the East go down in order. Bottom half of the 7th, there'll be Lindsay leading off. Fly ball center field, out number 1. And now Winton, fly ball to right field, 2 away. It brings up Bradley Wellerman, fly ball, shallow left field. In fact, the shortstop's going to make the catch, and it's another 1, 2, 3 inning. We head to the 8th. Oh man, it is crunch time for these
The
teams.
Wellerman walk-off is on the table.
McFish with a fly ball to right. That is caught for out number 1. Now Daza and Giel. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 7 2/3 scoreless innings so far for McIntosh, and they'll be top of the order in Cod Ruru. Grounder gets under the shortstop into center field, so that will be a 2-out single for Ruru, and that is it for McIntosh. New pitcher, Whiplash, got him looking, strike 3. We remain scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 8th, and it's going to be top of the Robots order to face off against Bill Pitt. It's going to be Shrimp McDaniel. Fly ball to center field. That is caught for out number 1. Now Scotty Sterling. Fly ball to center field on the run, makes the catch. 2 outs. New pitcher, by the way, Mikey Weiser, and that's bobbled by the first baseman. Runner's going to go to second. I believe that error is going to be charged to Mantle at second base. Ty France Jr. with a base hit, runner going. Throw to the plate is not in time. North takes the lead.
Wake up your uncles. We got to run.
1-0 as Barclay will ground it to first, and all of a sudden the East have their backs against the wall. Can they be upset? They got 3 outs to at least get a run. It's going to be Mitchie Mantle to lead things off. And that's a base hit to right. The tying run is aboard. And now Lightning McQueen. Ground ball. Only play is to first. Tying run in scoring position with 1 out in Harper. Ground ball. That is out number 2. It's up to Boog Barrow. Oh, what a catch!
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Phillips with the web gem, and the North pull off the upset. They are the 4 seed moves on to the championship in a absolute gem of a game, 1-0. If you're a pitcher's duel fan like me, you must be excited. Oh my goodness, what a game. Let's take a look at the box. 2 for 4 was Cod Ruru. Tyler Deathridge also going 1 for 3 for the North. Matty Phillips 2 for 3, and then Wellerman also chipping in a base hit. Phillips did get a stolen base as well, their third of this series. Whiplash will get the win. Mikey Weiser will take the loss. Your player of the game, Luther McIntosh. And then, real quick, we'll see who the series MVP was. Jaden Zielinski was your series MVP for the North. So, upset, our first upset. The 4 seed does up. So, we will have a new champion in Prospect League. The East will not go back to back. We still have one more series to decide as well between the West and the South. But real quick, let me go ahead and pay out that prediction so we can get a prediction going for this one. Oh, so Volf, it is best of 5 and then best of 7. It was 2-1. Yeah, it was 2-1. It was 1-1 before game 3. So maybe that's where the confusion may be. Don't worry, Daedalus. We'll see you later. I will get this VOD put up when I'm done, as far as to the YouTube channel. So however long it takes Twitch to do that. Um, but let me go ahead and get that prediction paid out, and then we're going to do the same thing for this one. We'll do who wins between these two teams, the West and the South. Same thing for the West. They are their backs are against the wall. They need to win to stay alive. And then let me go ahead and get that put out. There we go. So that should be out now as far as that prediction is. Who wins, West or the South? So the West have their backs against the wall in the head to head. It is even 5 to the West, 5 to the South. T-Den, anything sticking out to you?
Well, obviously we have Jose on the West. Is he going to be eliminated? I don't think so because, well, it's Jose. Jose generally doesn't just go out of the playoffs without a fight. And he hasn't really been doing anything above average as far. And on the other side, we have home run leader Colton James, who was caught doing steroids about halfway through the season. No punishment other than they had to remove some muscle, and and you think he would have slowed down, and he did regular season wise, but in the playoffs he already has 2 home runs in 3 games. So not needing steroids in this series. So I'd look for Colton James to see if he can put another one over the fence and maybe push the Cell through to the World Series to face the North.
And what's interesting, you mentioned PEDs. I don't know if this I know this user does watch from time to time during the season of the Prospect League. I hope you're watching, Mr. Southworth. Already putting out some great media about another PBE user caught using the roids. I can't wait to
No,
see
I
it.
really
I
I
can't wait
didn't see that. That
I,
is awesome.
I can't
Now
wait.
I have to go
I,
find that.
I'll give you a hint.
I
His name
see the article now.
his name rhymes with Mo, and he's kind of a bust. There's your hint.
You know
Uh,
what's funny is Buffalo doesn't need any more scandals. So,
from what I've heard from my sources, this particular user's dealer really likes cookies, so you may want to be careful.
well, that that I believe TDenstroyer does like cookies. I'm just kidding. I know who you're talking about. The Blue Monster out in left field for Buffalo.
that
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
the thing is, those two those two, they're best buddies. You know, you walk in after a game, they're just in there shooting each other up, uh, with the good old roid juice. That's just culture we've built in Buffalo, I guess, on accident. You know,
Well,
I'm here for it.
they needed a little bit of a surge. That's what they need.
Yes, they needed a surge and some sterile needles, apparently. I thought he was talking about Colton. When I first looked at the article, I thought I was going to open up and read about Colton James and our little fiasco we had with him, but turns out not at all. And Buffalo is once again under investigation, probably for PED use.
I I expect
Whatever.
the next article to be about Colton James. Just saying. Um, but but yeah, this is gonna be another interesting series. I mean I mean I should say it's already been interesting. Um, couple notes real quick. First of all, it looks like the Toronto Stadium looks like the imaginary roof is open. Um, Sometimes we've had the roof closed somehow at Peacock's grounds. Looks like we got some warmer weather, and the wind's blowing right to left at 8. So could be in for more dingers potentially. Tedford Woofington Jr.'s had himself a heck of a series, with home runs in 2 of the 3 games leading into this game 4. Um, but outside of that, I mean, as you've already mentioned, we're keeping our eyes out on Jose. See if Jose can get another ring. He's gonna have West are gonna need to win these 2 games to move on for the South. They just need to win one of these 2 games, and it's gonna be our first look at Jordan Thompson for the South as far as our new players in this save. Um, we've already seen Amy 43 in the other series as well. That prediction's pretty much out. So I'll just let that naturally run out. Do you want to get first half again? I take the second half.
Yeah, I think I'll let you bring the vocal excitement once again to the ending. So
Sounds good. Even
this,
though this
I'm just
should
here
be
to be stale bread in the first 4.5 innings, and then we bring out the hot dinner rolls for the last half. So
now. See, you got to call first half of what was a really great pitchers duel. So I mean,
right,
I
and
wouldn't say
everyone's
stale
uncle
bread.
was sleeping with gravy on their chin, but we're here for it.
Let's get on it. By the way, prediction was pretty much almost 50-50, so this should be interesting. Just as a reminder, South is up 2-1. They win and in for the South, win and stay alive for the West. Let's get into game 4.
All right, and Scott Sterling on the mound pitching to Tedford Woofington Jr., who is going to start the game off with a ground out to the first baseman. Underhand it back to Scott for a first out. And then we're going to get our first hit of the game by Brandon Zahn, longtime prospect leaguer. Apparently not good enough for the actual PBE. And then we're going to have Grand slammed off, getting on with a fielder's choice. The second baseman does the shortstop to get Brandon Zahn. And then he's going to take off for second and easily get thrown out. Wow. Probably should consider not stealing bases if you're going to be that bad at it. Sorry, Grand slammed off. Anyways, over to Tiger Dawson. The DH rips one down the left field line, and that's going to be a single. So already a lot more action this game than we saw in the elimination game with the North. So then another base runner with Winston Harrison getting a hit, and look at that. Dawson's going to get all the way to third, and he is going to score with a run of a double, an RBI double. Colton James is going to strike out nothing but air on that bat, as OTP likes to let us know. McCringleberry, who last season hit a ton of home
Oh,
runs, is going to hit one to the warning track, and that is going to be good enough for a sac fly RBI. So 2-0 for the South already. And then we're going to have Cassius catch a cold hitter. Ooh, and that one's going to get past the catcher. See a lot of that in the Prospect League. And then he is going to hit one to center field. We're going to have a 3-0 game for the South already. Uh, I mean, that's not the start you want for the West in an elimination game. Then Leon Riston A catcher, my favorite position, goes down swinging. So 3-0 for the South Machines already in the first inning. And Ted Giannalis needs to do some damage. He's not going to do it. So he's just going to ground out to the second baseman. Jose up to bat. Jose cracks one deep to the middle of the center field. He is going to catch that easily. That's your can of corn. And JoJo Jr. Shabadoo, love that name, hits one up the middle. Zach Hartman, the third baseman, goes down swinging, and the score does not move. The South, with the 2-1 series lead, is up 3-0. Hector Rocha is going to be up to bat. He's going to hit a beautiful shot to center field. It's going to find some grass. So South cooking once again with a runner on. And they're going to continue cooking with Mark Southworth, almost the exact same spot in center field getting on. And Tiger Dawson does not find grass, so the West get their first out with the catch by the center fielder. And Winston Harrison cracks one to the left field wall, but it's going to be quickly fielded, but not before another run scored. Jordan Thompson, center fielder, hits one to the other center fielder, Jose, but it will be enough to score a run. It looked really close in the animation, but he didn't slide at all. So apparently he stood up pretty easily to get another run in, and then Holt James is going to finally hit the third out. The South kind of take a demanding 5-0 lead here at the Peacocks grounds in an elimination game. So the West artificial intelligence need to start doing something here, and Ash Ketchum is going to let Jordan Thompson catch a ball out center field. That's one out. Jethro Gibbs grounds one out to Hector Rocha. And then Tedford Woofington is going to hit one presumably for the third out to the center fielder. And that's it for the West. Absolutely nothing cooking. 1, 2, 3. The machines are leading 5-0. Hingle McCringleberry uh, probably brought the cranberry sauce to Thanksgiving, but here he's not going to bring anything, as he's going to just pop one out to Ash Ketchum. Jimmy Garoppolo pitching to catch there and strikes him out. That's his third strikeout for the day. Leon Riston is going to pop one out to center field. So the West have been able to do something for the first time today, and that is keep the South off the scoreboard in an inning. They're going to need a lot more of that and a lot more bats to get back in this game. Brandon Zahn not doing it here, popping out to the right fielder Southworth. Grand slammed off is going to roll out to the second baseman. Ted Giannalis is going to crank one, but not really. It's going to be caught by the left fielder, McCringleberry, the cranberry sauce bringer to Thanksgiving. Everyone loves cranberry sauce. Little bite of gravy, cranberry sauce, turkey. Oh, and Hector Rocha takes one on the chin. A little gravy up north. Mark Southworth goes down swinging on a 2-2 pitch. Watches it go by. Tiger Dawson is going to hit one. It's going to bleed through the shortstop's underneath his armpit, I think. And so we got two runners on. Winston Harrison walks. So here we go with the West again. An elimination game. All the trouble. One out. Bases loaded. Jordan Thompson, the new create. AK-41's players is going to hit one to center field, but it looks like it's going to be enough for a sac fly. So Jordan Thompson with the sac fly RBI. And the South are once again on the board. Colton James, home run leader for the regular season, does not do much here as he lines out to left field. And we are into the fifth inning. South with a pretty demanding 6-0 lead. We could be out of the first round of the playoffs before we even bat an eye. Scott Sterling still on the mound. Jose is going to try to get things started. Playoff Jose showing up a little late. Hits one to center field. Joey JoJo Jr. Shabadoo not
Oh,
Shabadooing anything there, and that is going to be a 4-6-3 double play, 2 outs just like that. Nothing cooking, but Zach Hartman says, hold on. Turkey's out of the oven, man on first. Ash Ketchum rips one past the third baseman, so West have two people on. They're going to continue to need to do that to get back in this game.
Ooh.
But you know what? Jethro Gibbs says, I'm going to keep doing that. And they finally score their first run with two people in scoring position with Hartman and Ketchum. Uh, Ketchum and Gibbs on base. Woofington Jr.
Oh.
kind of ends it right there. Wow, you as a leadoff hitter in an elimination game, you do not want to be doing that. So 6-1, I pass it over to nasbase.
McCringleberry is going to lead off with a strikeout to start off the bottom of the fifth. As looks like I get the stale bread for now. Um, as catch to center field. Oh, it's misplayed. Fumble bumble in center field. So catch is going to get to second
Bumble, bumble.
base. Riston's going to ground out to keep the runner at second, and now Hector Roca, fly ball to center field, makes the catch, and the side is retired. 6-1 in favor of the South as we head to the sixth, and Brandon Zahn leading off against Scott Sterling. And he'll take a walk on a 3-1. Leadoff runner is on for Grand Slam Dolph. Ground ball, there's one. They're not going to turn two, so it's going to be a fielder's choice. One out for Jonalis. Fly ball center field, and the center fielder will make the catch. Two away for Jose. Popped up behind home plate, and the third baseman's going to make the catch, and the side is retired. Score remains the same as we head to the bottom of the sixth, and Mark Southworth leading off. Called strike three on the inside part of the plate for out number one. Top of the order now for Tiger Dawson. Swing and a miss, strike three. Two outs now for Winston Harrison. Call and swing and a miss, strike three, and Murphy will strike out the side here in the bottom of the sixth. Heading to the seventh, West need to find some runs and find them quick. 6-1 is the score as Shabadoo will swing and miss to start off the seventh. And now Zach Hartman, the third baseman. Swing and a miss, strike three. Two outs here in the top of the seventh. And now Ash Ketchum to the plate. To center field, and that's going to be caught rather by the second base bag by the shortstop for out number three. Stretch time. South with 6-1 lead as they try to bring it on home and complete the upset. And it's going to be Thompson to right field for out number one. Colton James is going to bloop one into the hole in left field. So one out, base runner, and now Professor Farnsworth on the mound. They'll get the play at second. No, they did not get the play at second. Oh, I thought they got the play at second. Everybody is safe on this one as well by catch, so the bases are loaded with one out for Riston. Fly ball to right field. That should be deep enough. And it is 7-1 now in favor of the South. Runners in the corners, two outs for Hector Roca. Swing and a miss, strike three, and the inning is over. The West got the work cut out for them in these final two innings. They trail 7-1 in this elimination game, and they'll be facing a new pitcher in Rylan Moffitt. Gibbs will go around on the swing for out number one. Top of the order now for Tedford Woofington. Swing and a miss, strike three. So two outs for Brandon Zahn. Base hit up the middle. So the inning will continue, and they'll bring up Slamdolf to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike three, and the inning is over. We head to the bottom half of the eighth. South with the 7-1 lead, and it'll be Mark Southworth leading off. Hard grounder to the first base side takes there unassisted for out number one. Dawson up the middle, but the shortstop will get there in time. Two away now for Harrison. Down the line, that's a fair ball all the way to the corner. Harrison is on with a two-out double. Thompson, fly ball center field. Long run for the center fielder in the gap and makes the catch. And it comes down to this. The
That's it.
the West have 3 outs to try and stage a magnificent comeback. And it's going to be Ted Johnless leading off with a base hit. Opposite field single for Johnless. Leadoff runner is on for Jose. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Way Jose.
1 out for Shabadoo. Outside called, strike 3. And the West are down to their final out at Zach Hartman. Ground ball, and they get it over to first, and the South will move on. They
Wow.
win the game 7-1. They win the series 3-1. And our 3 and 4 seeds in this prospect league are going to be facing off for a championship.
I'd say I'm shocked, but it happens all the time here in the Prospect League.
Taking a look at the box scores for the West, John Ellis going 1 for 4, Hartman 1 for 4 with a run scored. For the South, Tiger Dawson 2 for 5 with a run scored. Jordan Thompson 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs, that hit being a double, also scoring a run. Cassius Catch 2 for 4 with an RBI. Riztin 0 for 3 had a sac fly RBI. Hector Roca 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored, and Mark Southworth 1 for 4 with a run scored. For the pitching, Scott Sterling 7 innings of great baseball, not only getting the win but also getting player of the game. And then Jimmy G will take the loss for the West. And that sets us up for what TDen was, I guess, hoping for. North versus the South for
Right,
the
the
championship.
machines versus the robots. The North versus the South. Civil war of sorts.
This
Kind
is
of.
a technological civil
Civil
war.
war.
We'll just
Yes.
maybe call it that. Let's go
Yes.
ahead and
Technological
save.
civil war.
And then one thing I
Machines,
do need to do heading into
robots,
this, I don't know if
beat
it'll do it automatically for me. I'll have to find out. If not, I'll have to go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and save. And then did it reset? It did not. Okay, hang on. Let's do this. So any thoughts heading into this while I get this situated?
I mean, these are the moments we live for in the prospect league. Goofy names going up against each other. A bunch of 100 TPE players in a complete mess, all battling it out. We see one rating defenses all over the field. Uh, but it's so much fun because we get to watch the weirdest things happen over and over and over again. Here we got the bottom two through the regular season battling it out for the Prospect Showcase Championship. I don't know if we still call it the Prospect Showcase, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is because this is kind of the last hurrah before the minors draft. So this is the last chance for all the new crates to really see what their 100 TPE builds can do. Good reminder though that the builds that you have in this file and in the Prospect League are gonna mean absolutely nothing when you move to the minor leagues. So just kind of enjoy the moment. If your player is there and you're watching, just kind of enjoy it because it's at the end of the day pretty meaningless, but at the same time it's all the fun. So I'm just looking for a fun series. I hope we get to see some good games on stream. Both these teams kind of clobbered their way here. I have no idea who's going to win. I don't have any predictions whatsoever. What team's better than the other? We'll just have to wait and find out.
Plot twist, because I've totally forgot as I'm doing this on the fly, so then that we can all keep track of it. I totally forgot. PBE style, we call all 7 or call all the games in the championship. So I hope you've warmed up your vocal cords.
Oh, right. I knew that because I've been here before. I don't forget those details.
Good
I'm
recovery.
actually, yeah, I was actually testing you to see if you would remember as the actual streamer here. So, good job, you passed my test.
I, but don't worry. You still got time to warm up because I still haven't done a prediction yet. So you still got a few minutes. Um, we're not gonna do who wins though. We're not gonna do well. I guess we'll kind of do
Curveball.
depending on how you look at it. It could be who wins. It could make a difference. But instead of a who wins, we're gonna do who will be leading after the fifth inning. Who will be leading after the fifth inning? Will it be the North, the South, or if you wanna do a plot twist, will it be tied after the fifth inning? So
Oh,
that
third
is
option prediction.
that
What
that is
hole
your
did you crawl out of?
prediction.
Something's in your turkey.
I mean, we could be in for some. There's a lot to keep our eyes on in this particular matchup. In fact, actually, one thing I do want to check real quick because one of the few times we actually get to see this. So in the head-to-head during the regular season, North have North have gone 10-7 against the South. For those who want to see what the pitching matchups are, we also have it on the screen as well. So we get to see the top two pitchers in the rotation in game one for this affair. But the South, the 3 seed, the North, the 4 seed. Also, what's interesting is both these teams have a wicked home road split. Like, I think this is. I'm genuinely curious. I don't know if the yeah. See, the East were right down the middle. They were like the same in both directions, and then the West. I guess the West kind of had a little bit of a split too. But these are definitely the two biggest home road splits we've seen out of these teams. So that could be another thing to kind of keep our eyes out on, as well as the fact that the South, I didn't even realize they were second in runs scored, but also second in runs against. So um we could be in for I mean, it's anybody's matchup to this point. Um both these teams won their series 3 games to 1, but we're back to reset to 0 and the roof is closed. The magical roof, the magical imaginary roof in Toronto is
The
closed.
way to see.
So weather will not be a factor in this one. We do have that prediction up. Who will be leading after the fifth inning? What's funny is Tide is leading. I'm gonna assume only one person. Yeah, only one person. It was you.
Yeah, it's me. I didn't want you to figure that out. I was hoping, Uh,
But if you want to, don't forget, if you get 10,000 Twitch points, you get $1 million in PBE money. So not only does it pay to watch, it pays to maybe gamble some points if you're feeling it. I know I'm sitting on 1 million in my little bank here, but I'm gonna wait till the next PBE stream to maybe cash out a little bit. But
as a
get
reminder, if you feel like you have a gambling problem, you don't need to partake. You can also call 1-800-662-4357 for the gambling hotline.
where
Or just gamble it all away.
um as one of our favorite mods, Dolores Clifton would always love to tell us, bet it all. You're not betting if you don't bet at all.
It is what I like to hear. And Dolores Clifton is actually my in real life friend who I got into the PBE.
I know
And
that's why I threw that in there.
I tell you right now, he does have a gambling problem.
Oh, does he? Oh,
No, he does not.
God. Okay.
He does not. His mortgage payment's clear. This
Okay, good.
check's clear as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, good.
But maybe not. I don't know. I don't know his finances. No, he's good to go. Maybe.
Give you all 30 more seconds on that prediction, and we will get on in to game one of the Prospect League Championship for this season. It's going to be the Robots of the North versus Machines of the South. And then, did you want to do same as the last ones?
I mean, like I said, I'll let you bring the vocal energy. I mean, I'm gonna keep using that. I like it. So I will go ahead and be the lead off announcer here, and then I'll let you take the back half. I mean, I'm cool either way though. If you want to change it up, we can do that. Don't Doesn't bother me either way.
Yeah, I'm good either way. So I think we'll just leave
Yeah, let's
everything.
keep it the winning formula.
Yeah, leave it
Winning.
leave it the way that it is. I mean, we both had some good chances to call some good stuff. So let's
Right.
get on into it. That prediction is closed. The championship for the Prospect League starts now.
And welcome into Toronto, the Peacocks grounds. I don't know why it's the Peacocks grounds. So we're going to get the Harry Rodriguez versus Frick McDaniel. It's going to be a Scotty Sterling's going to hold back his ball four and take first base. Jaden Zielinski up the shortstop. And he's going to hit it to the second baseman. He's going to fielder's choice to get the lead runner. Ty France Jr. goes down swinging.
You're coming in soft.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Your thoughts? Swings his bat and it's going to pop out to the center fielder. Winston Harrison is up, and he is going to ground out to the second baseman. Jordan Thompson, the new create, AK-41, rips it to left field, and that is all we wrote for the first inning. The opening inning in the Prospect Showcase Championship Series presented by Coca-Cola is going to be 0-0 heading into the second. Gage Barclay is going to start off the second with a ground out to second, one out. And Matt Phillips is going to line out to the center fielder. Patrick Lindsay is going to pop out to the center fielder. So 1, 2, 3. Harry's Rodriguez gets the North down in order. And we're going to head to the south side of the box score with the south side up. Colton James, home run leader in the regular season, goes down swinging. Did I just cut out? No, I don't know if I did.
Oh no,
My sound is
no,
gone.
no, you're good.
Hingle McCringleberry. Oh, the game sound shut off there. Hingle McCringleberry hits it to Winton. That's a stutter name.
Yeah, it's
Cassius Catch.
I'm fixing your sound. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You're fixing my sound because I do not speak with my chest. All right. Bradley Wellerman, still cold, is going to round out. Nope, he will beat it out. So he is going to get on first after hitting a soft pitch or soft roller to the pitcher. Frick McDaniel pops out to right fielder. Wellerman takes off for second, slides in easily, and Scotty Sterling trying to bring him home, and he cannot. So 3 outs achieved by Harry's Rodriguez. A little more Harry that go around. Anyways, Leon Riston, catcher, swings, misses, down he goes. That is the second K for Bakugo. Hector Rocha swings, contacts, first baseman will pick it up, and Ty France Jr. will just walk into the bag himself. And there's a soft grounder by Mark Southward to the pitcher. Just underhanded to first, and we are out of the third inning. The North, Jaden Zielinski takes a swing, puts it in the grass. We have ourselves a base runner. The only 2 hits so far coming from the North. Ty France Jr. says, well, how about a third hit? And we have a person on first and second. Gage Barclay hits into a double play ball, but it'll only be the runner at second who gets put out. We have Jaden Zielinski, Gage Barclay on the corners, and that's going to find grass. We have our first run of the prospect showcase thanks to a Matt Phillips single to center field. So Gage Barclay, Matt Phillips on, Patrick Lindsay, one out, hits it to the center fielder. That is not enough to advance the runner to third. We are at 2 outs. Winton, could be Winston, but someone forgot an S. Winton is
Oh,
going
is
to
it?
hit it to center. No, I
Oh, okay.
think it is Winton. In my head, though, someone forgot an S. So 1-0 for the North. Oh, a bunt. Nasbase loves to see a bunt, and he gets on base. Tyler
Hey.
Dawson bunting himself aboard. Winton Harrison, who has been hot lately, does not do anything with that. Jordan Thompson will take a walk. So Dawson to second, Thompson to first. Bakugo in a little bit of trouble now. Colton James hits into a double play ball, but just like we saw with the North or the South, the South is defending. They do not turn the double play, but unlike the North, the South is unable to capitalize on the lack of the turn double play. And we're in the top of the fifth. Bradley Wellerman up. Bradley Wellerman swings, bloops it out to left field, but it is caught by Hingle McCringleberry, the Cranberry Bringer. And Shrimp McDaniel also hitting it to Hingle McCringleberry, the Cranberry Bringer. Then Scotty Sterling does not complete the Cranberry sauce. Said he is just going to strike out, and I pass it over to that space for the back half of the game.
Great start to game one. It's 1-0 as Cassius Ketch will. Oh, what a sliding catch in center field by McDaniel. Saving a base hit as Riston will be struck out for out number 2. And now Hector Roca. Ground ball to the shortstop over to first in time. And it's a very eventful 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the fifth as it remains 1-0 heading to the 6th inning. And Jaden Zielinski will lead off against Rodriguez. Called strike 3 outside corner. 4 strikeouts now for Harris Rodriguez tonight. And Ty France Jr. is going to pop it up in the infield. And it'll be the shortstop making the catch. 2 away for Barclay. Base hit to left. So 2-out base runner is on for Matt Phillips. Fly ball left field corner, but it's going to be caught for out number 3. Through 5.5, remains 1-0 in favor of the North here in game 1. And it'll be Mark Southworth leading off. Fly ball to center field, caught for out number 1. Order resets now to Tiger Dawson. And that will be ball 4. So Dawson is on, and it'll be Winston Harrison. Throw to second is in time. Ooh, 2 outs. Grounder, bobbled by the shortstop. They're going to score an infield single for Harrison. And now Jordan Thompson to deep right. It's gone. Dinger time for Jordan Thompson, and the South take the lead 2-1.
Dinner time?
Oh, man, South come right back and take the lead. We got ourselves a ball game still as Colton James to left center. That's gone.
The home run king hits him.
Back-to-back dinger times for the South. And it is now 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Bakugo still on the mound for McCringleberry, who will ground it to the second baseman, gets it over to first. The inning is over, but the South have taken the lead with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. As we head to the 7th, new pitcher in Sinatata to face Lindsay, who will fly out to right for out number 1. As Winton will strike out for out number 2. So 2 away in the 7th for Bradley Wellerman. And that is ball 4. So the tying run will come to the plate, top of the order in McDaniel. Base hit down the left field line. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Runner will send home from first and will score.
Oh my goodness.
McDaniel with a RBI double, and it's 3-2. And now Scotty Sterling, that gets away. Tying run is 90 feet away. The 2-2 called strike three. North strike back with a run. It's still a 1-run game. South with the 3-2 lead as we head on to the bottom half past stretch time. As Catch will ground out to the first baseman unassisted, one away for Riston. Fly ball center field caught, out number 2. Now Hector Roca will hit a fly ball shallow right, caught on the run, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the South. Heading to the top of the 8th here in game 1. South hold on to a 3-2 lead. It'll be Zielinski leading off. Slow roller to the second baseman, but no throw, infield single. So the tying runner is on again. Now new pitcher and Duke Smith. France Jr., there's one. They get the double play. Around the horn, 6-4-3. As Barclay is going to line to the shortstop for out number 3. Oh, man, the North had something rolling, but that double play put it out. As we head to the bottom half of the 8th, new pitcher for the North and Johnny Whiplash to face Southworth, who hits a base hit up the middle. So a leadoff base runner is on for Tiger Dawson. Base hit to the right corner. Southworth is going to round third, throw to the plate, will not happen. Runner advances to third on the throw. It'll be scored an RBI double for Tiger Dawson, and that's a big insurance run for the South. It's 4-2. As Harrison's going to hit a fly ball to left, they're going to send the runner. Throw to the plate is not in time. Another run for the South. It is now 5-2. And that'll bring up Jordan Thompson. Fly ball to center field. That'll be caught for out number 2. And now Colton James with a grounder to the shortstop. And the side is retired. North need at least 3 runs to keep it going. Here in game 1, they trail 5-2. And it'll be Matt Phillips leading off. Base hit down the left field line. That's a fair ball. It's going to go all the way to the corner. Phillips can run, but he's going to stop at second. So a leadoff double. And now Patrick Lindsay, fly ball to right field. Runner will go back to second. So 1 out for Winton. Grounder to the second baseman. Runner goes to third. So 2 outs for Wellerman. Slow roller. Throw to first is in time. And the South take game 1 in a very eventful final handful of innings there. 5-2 is your final.
Wow.
Oh man, we're gonna be in for a great series. That was a great game 1. Taking a look at the box score, Shrimp McDaniel 1 for 4 with an RBI double, and then Matt Phillips 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI, and then Bradley Wellerman 1 for 3 with a run, a walk, and a stolen base. For the South, Tiger Dawson 2 for 3 with an RBI double and a run scored. Jordan Thompson 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run as well as a walk. And Mark Southworth also going 1 for 3 with a run scored. Sinatada will take the win. Bakugo the loss. Duke Smith will get the save. Harris Rodriguez will be your player of the game for game 1. And nobody wins the prediction. I don't believe anybody had the South, or I'm sorry, the North leading after the 5th inning. Let me go ahead and close out that prediction real quick. Unless somebody got one in. No, everybody loses their points. North, nobody put any points in on the North. So the house
No.
wins on that prediction. Let's go ahead and save that real quick. Finish the day, and then also let me update my ticker here. Get that to the South up 1. So there we go. And then let's go ahead and pull this up. and I guess magically the roof is back open again.
Well, why not?
I mean, what's life
Wind
without
blowing out to
whimsy?
right.
Um,
9 mile per hour wind blowing out to right.
I think it's very appropriate after what we saw in game one that our prediction will be over under 1.5 total home runs in the game. That'll be our
Oh,
prediction
I'm
for game
going
two.
the over on that. We got Colton James, this season's home run leader, and Hingle McCringleberry, the cranberry sauce bringer, right after him, who was last season's home run leader. I mean, I don't know. My heart tells me we got ourselves at least a three dinger game, but that is based on absolutely nothing other than how I feel about it. I got a little bit of facts in there. Some, the home run leaders of past times.
And if my math's okay, so I think we get to see this at least. No, actually, I think this is maybe the only time we get to see this, unless the North ties up the series. Um, but we get to see for the third time on stream Scotty Sterling versus Scott Sterling. That's been something I've been fantastically keeping my eyes on. In the second matchup that we watched last night, um, Scott Sterling ended up. I don't think Scotty Sterling got a base hit in that outing. If maybe got one, but in the first edition of this matchup that we saw on stream, Scotty Sterling had a dinger in that affair. So just something else that I'm gonna be kind of just for funsies, keeping my eye on. The wind is blowing out to right at 9 with the magical roof being open. Um,
So we might
but
get a
I
lot
don't
of hits.
I don't know if OTP has a mechanism worked in because it is colder. So the ball doesn't usually travel as far in colder weather. I don't know if OTP has that built in um, to the
Something
simulation
tells me
or
we'll
not.
have.
That'd
Something
be something
tells me
fun to
that
think
they
of.
will, but they might. They might. I'm not sure how the weather affects it. Actually, that would be kind of a fun thing to test. See if the weather. I'm sure people already know. Yeah, the OTP knowledge runs deep in this league. So someone already has the answer. They're probably just not watching today.
See
They're
that
probably
that
too busy engorging themselves on
for you
green bean
media
casserole.
writers, that'd be like a great article to write about, especially if you don't know, like if let's say for you newer players who do maybe have not don't know much about the PB, but you maybe own OOTP as a game. That'd be a fun article to write about. Just go grab one of the sim files in the main Discord server and kind of do a little test. That'd be a great long article. You probably get some good money from that because what a lot of people maybe not necessarily know when it comes to writing media, not only do you get per word, but if it's like unique and different, the media graders do have the ability to give you a bonus on top of that. I know most of the media that I've written, I've gotten a little bit of a bonus just because it's unique, and it's not like the same thing every time. So if you're a media person, you want to get some money. I know we've talked about media earlier in the stream in terms of a tabloid like article, which I thoroughly enjoyed reading. It's very different, and it's still related to the PBE. I mean, that's really the only thing that that's the only real thing you gotta keep in mind when writing media is it has to be related to PBE or your player. So it has to tie back to that. You just can't write something completely random, which we've had people do. Still great stuff to read. Just you won't get
No
paid for it.
money.
I mean, you may get a compliment.
You
You may
might,
get a
you
comp.
might, some people might chat. They might leave some comments if it's interesting and sports related. And I don't know. I think though, if you do respond to one of those articles, I think it still does count as a JPT
If Thank
entry.
you for saying that. Yes. So, if you do 100-word response to a media, now granted, we don't have a JPT out this week because it is off season, but once that does restart back up for the regular season, yes, an alternative option to the JPT is that 100-word response to a media article. I know some people in the community do use that option. I see that from time to time as well. So yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I see that prediction's about to run out. Somebody got better sneak in a quick value bet because everybody's on the over. You got maybe like 10 seconds before it runs out. See if anybody gets one in at the buzzer. And it looks like I don't think anybody got it in on the buzzer. No, nobody got in on the buzzer. So all the points going to the over. I think we're all set, ready to go. We're going to do same old as all the other games. Let's get on into it. The South lead 1 game to 0 as we head on in to game 2.
All right. Game 2. This is what legends are made of. Scott Sterling's going to start out with a big bender, take down Shrimp McDaniel, and that's going to be the first out of game 2. Scotty Sterling versus Scott Sterling, and nothing sterling about that. It's just kind of a boring old bloop to the first baseman in foul territory. Ty France Jr. is going to hit a line drive to center field, and that's going to be 1-2-3 for Scott Sterling. The top of the first. Heading to the south half of the south frame with the south up to bat. I don't think that made any sense. Anyways, Luther McIntosh is going to hit a fly ball to center fielder. Excuse me, he's going to pitch to Taylor Dawson, who hits a fly ball to center fielder. And that's crushed. Oh, catch is catch. No one's catching that. And the South take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. They won last game. They want to win this game. And hits like that are going to do it. Jordan Thompson is going to dribble one over to the third baseman Winton, who throws it over first for an out. Colton James hits one into left. That finds some grass. So 2 outs, man on first for Hingle McCringleberry, who hits it to right field, finds some grass. Colton James is going to find himself on third. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Winston Harrison at a pass ball. And Colton James is going to take home easily, getting his jersey dirty for absolutely no reason. Runner on second now for Winston Harrison is going to swing and a miss on a slider. So 2-0 for the South Machines after a home run and some base running magic and then a pass ball. Jaden Zielinski rounds out. Patrick Lindsay is up to bat. He is going to pop out to left field. Scott Sterling on cruise control right now. Matt Phillips, the speedy Matt Phillips, is not going to be able to outrun a pop out in foul territory. So that is what we have for the top half of the second inning. Scott Sterling is pitching very well. Leon Riston up to bat now for the South, and that is going to be an error, and he is going to get all the way to second on that. I don't know whose fault that was, and that's going to be crushed to the wall. Mark Southworth for the South replaces Riston at second, and that's going to be a run. 3-0 man on second for Hector Rocha. McIntosh having some trouble here. Rocha grounds out to Winton. Tiger Dawson is going to out in foul territory. So 2 outs, man on second. Catchy catch, who hit the home run earlier, is going to get another RBI here with an RBI double. So Southworth goes all the way home. Catch is at second base. And now we have Jordan Thompson up to bat with another opportunity to put a run across. He will not here, though. And Scotty Sterling is going to catch that in shallow right field. So another 2 runs in the second inning for the South, up 4-0. Winton is going to try to get something going for the North, and he does with a single to left field. So Scott Sterling's first runner, not first runner, but first hit given up. And then Bradley Wellerman is going to get a single. Now we have runners at the corners. Winton Wellerman, Gage Barclay hitting, and he is going to hit into what could have been a double play, but it's just going to be second to short for the fielder's choice, but it will score a run. So Gage Barclay gets a fielder's choice and he does get an RBI. Shrimp McDaniel strikes out, and now we get the matchup everyone's looking for: Scotty Sterling versus Scott Sterling. 2 outs, man on,
Ooh.
and Scotty Sterling gets the hit up the middle. He wins that battle. So runners at the corner for Ty France Jr., and that is anticlimactic as he just hits it right back to Scott Sterling, who's going to lob it on over to Harrison for the third out. But the North do get a run, 4-1 South. See if South can get that run back. Colton James does not start things off with a hit. He is going to ground out 6-3.
Ooh,
Whoa!
goal.
Hingle McCringleberry with a little bit of cranberry sauce on that one. 391 feet. And as hard as the North had to work for that one run, McCringleberry just steals it right back. So a 4-run lead once again. Winston
Oh.
Harrison, no back-to-back dingers today. Leon Riston, almost. Leon Riston will get to first base though. He got to second base last time on an error. This time he hit it too far in the outfield for them to try to throw to first. Mark Southworth goes down swinging. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. The South are back by 4, and the North have to once again try to get 4 runs back. Jaden Zielinski not doing it there. Grounds out to third. Hector Rocha picks it up easily. Patrick Lindsay does get something going with a base knock up the middle. Matt Phillips, the little speed demon, hits one to left field. Engel McCringleberry with a home run in the last half catches it. Winton
Ooh.
missing the S, but the catcher missing the ball. So we're going to have a man on second as Patrick Lindsay moves. Winton
Oh.
beat out the throw. He is safe at first. Runners on the corner. 2 outs.
Oh.
Wellerman
Oh.
needs to do something
Oh.
here, and he hits that thing a mile. Well, not quite, 414 feet. But he hits it out of the park, and we got ourselves a ball game. 1 run. Wellerman. Wow. That is exciting. Probably not for Scott Sterling, though. Gates Barclay is going to strike out. But we have ourselves a game. The North score 3 runs. Scott Sterling, who was beautiful through the first 3 innings, finds himself losing his large lead. Luther McIntosh back in business. Hector Rocha pops out to right field. Tiger Dawson finds some grass in left. So Cassius Catch hit the home run earlier in the game up to bat, and he cranks
Oh.
one. Is this a
God.
2-run, 2 home run game? It's his second home run of the game. Wow. That is 7-4. Cassius Catch going to walk away with flair in the game if they hold on to this lead. 2 home runs in the Prospect League Championship. Jordan Thompson hits it to left field. It's a nicely hit ball, but doesn't have enough underneath it. Colton James goes down swinging. So it's like every time the North makes something happen, the South is right there to crush on their dreams. The machines versus the robots. The South is a run-scoring machine today, scoring in every inning so far. Top of the fifth, Shrimp McDaniel hits a little trippy ball to Colton James, who's a terrible shortstop, by the way. Scotty Sterling versus Scott Sterling, round 3. Scotty Sterling taking 2 of the 3 rounds. I think we can declare him the
Oh.
winner today.
Oh.
Is that a pickoff?
Picked him off.
Well, I guess I stand corrected. We're going to call that even. Actually, I'll throw that one to Scott Sterling.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Jaden Zielinski to a pickoff and a thrown out runner is going to end my time in the booth for this game. But what a fun 4.5 innings I got to call. Over to you, nasbase.
Will the South score runs for the 5th inning in a row? It's not going to be off the bat of McCringleberry, who will strike out to start off the bottom of the 5th. And now they'll bring up Winston Harrison, who will strike out. So 2 away in the 5th. Conrad Bremen on the mound for the North. And it'll be Leon Riston, who will hit a gapper to the left center field gap. So a 2-out double for Leon Riston. Now bring up Mark Southworth. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So striking out 3, giving up a double. No runs on the board here in the bottom of the fifth. We head to the sixth. It's 7-4 in favor of the South. Scott Sterling still on the mound to face Zielinski, who will hit that deep to left, but not quite at the warning track for out number one. Lindsay will hit a fly ball to the right center field gap, and the center fielder will make the catch for out number two. Matt Phillips with a grounder to the second baseman, and it's a 1-2-3 inning as well for the North. As we head to the bottom of the sixth, it'll be Hector Roca leading off against Bremen, and that's a base hit to left to lead off the bottom half of the sixth. And now top of the order for Tiger Dawson, grounder up the middle, but smothered, and everybody is safe. Infield single for Dawson. Catch will be walked. The bases are juiced for the South with no outs and Jordan Thompson. Swing and a miss, strike three. Big strikeout there for Bremen, and now Hoshiater out from the pen to face Colton James, who will hit a fly ball to center field. Throw to the plate is not in time. A sac fly for Colton James, and it's 8-4 South. 2 outs now for McCringleberry. Line drive to left field. They're going to hold the runner, so the bases will go back to being loaded with 2 outs and Winston Harrison. Line drive down the right field. Line's going to go all the way to the wall. 2-run score. They're going to hold the runner at third. 2 RBI double for Winston Harrison, and it's now 10-4 South. Riston with a fly ball to right field will end the bottom of the sixth, but the South put 3 more on the board. They lead 10-4 as we head to the seventh, and Winton leading off. Fly ball to shallow right will be caught to start off the top of the seventh. And now Bradley Wellerman. Oh, what a catch by Colton James. Used all that one defense on that catch as Barclay will ground out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the North. As it is stretch time, and the South have a 6-run lead, and Mark Southworth leading off. Ground ball to the shortstop for out number one to start off the bottom of the seventh. Hector Roca will bloop that one into right field for 1-out single. Order resets to Dawson. Low, ball 4. So runners at first and second, 1 out for Cassius Catch. Fly ball to right field, playable, and caught for out number 2. Runners at first, second, 2 outs for Jordan Thompson right in front of home plate. Throw to first is in time, and the side is retired. No runs will score here in the bottom of the seventh. As we head to the eighth, North need to find runs and find them quick. It'll be top of the order and Trent McDaniel. Hit it back to the pitcher, but Sterling can't get there in time. It's a leadoff infield single for McDaniel. Scotty Sterling, though, will strike out for out number 1. That brings up Ty France Jr. Fly ball deep left, no doubt about this one. Oh my goodness, over all the bleachers and left. 4:44 dinger time for Ty France Jr.
Wow,
And
that's a
that's
long one.
2 runs of the 6. It's a 4-run deficit now. It's 10-6 South. But man, that was crushed.
Yeah,
As Zielinski will strike out for the second out here in the top of the 8th. And that'll bring up Patrick Lindsay, who is being. So the inning will continue on for Matt Phillips. Called strike 3 at the knees to retire the side, but the North get 2 runs on the board by a huge dinger by Ty France Jr. It is 10-6 as we head to the bottom of the 8th, and Colton James leading off with a strikeout for out number 1. Hoshiater still on the mound and will pitch to Hingle McCringleberry. Right in front of home plate, but they'll get first in time. 2 away now for Winston Harrison. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the side is retired as we head to the top of the 9th. North trying to avoid going down 2-0. It's going to be Winton leading off against Duke Smith. Popped up in the infield. Second baseman will make the catch. One away now for Bradley Wellerman. Swing and a miss, strike three. And the North are down to their final out here in game two. It'll be Gage Barclay. Ground ball, shortstop gets it over to first in time. And the South, with 10 runs in game two, will take the win and go up 2-0
A
here in the
game of 4 run
Prospect
deficits.
Showcase.
Game of 4 run deficits.
Just a crazy game all around. The over under was 1.5 home runs. Um, we definitely hit the over. We had one, two, three, four. We had 5 home runs total in game two. Taking a look at the box for the North, Shrimp McDaniel 1 for 4 with a run scored. Scotty Sterling going 2 for 4. And then Winton 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Bradley Wellerman 2 for 4 with a run scored and a 3-run home run. And and then for the South, Tiger Dawson 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Cassius Ketch 3 for 4, 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs, had 2 home runs in this game. As we look further down the lineup, Leon Riston 2 for 4 with a run scored. Mark Southworth 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Hector Roca 2 for 4 with a run scored. For the pitching, Scott Sterling got roughed up in one of those innings, still went 7 1/3 to get the win. Luther McIntosh will take the loss. Cassius Ketch is your player of the game for game two. Oh my. What a interesting series we've had so far, don't you say?
Yeah, I do say, though not not quite for one team, as the South have just kind of been dominating through the first 2 games. But that last one was a ton of fun, high scoring. So we went kind of from like a lower scoring affair to probably the max that we'll see. I can't imagine we'll see more than 16 runs in a single game, but you never know in the Prospect League. That being said, I kind of would like to see the North bounce back because remember, we did talk about the home away splits being so unreasonable for both these teams, and the South won both their games at home. Now it's the North's turn to try to do the same. So I don't know what will happen, but to me it says that now that we're heading north, it's North's time to shine. We could see the series tied up 2-2 in just a few games. And on the south side, they just kind of, if they can win one of the next 2 games, they're obviously in the driver's seat already. But taking one at the away state, when they're away, would be huge for them, considering they're so awful normally when they're not at home.
Absolutely. And I did just put out that prediction. I mean, we saw 25 hits in game two. So I figured, let's stay topical. Let's do over under. I believe I picked 16 and a half hits total in the game. So over under 16 and a half total hits in the game is your prediction for game three, which before I forget, let me go ahead and update this ticker as well. But yeah, absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. This is going to be very interesting now that it is flipped. We are heading to the north and City Field, where it is a very cold 40 degrees. And the wind is blowing in from left at 12. So it's going to be
But we're going
very
to see 12
interesting.
home runs.
Do we I mean, City Field does have the short porch in right field. So I mean, could just see it happening that way. But we had a lot of offense in game two. Just speaking from experience, I've seen OOTP do weird things where, after a game of high scoring, all of a sudden we get the polar opposite. So we could be in for could be in for a pitcher's duel again, which would also be very interesting for game 3. One thing that is of interest that's kind of caught my eye is both teams have some interestingly good splits against their fellow pitchers. I think for the South, there's only two hitters that are below 300 against Mitchell in this season, whereas for the North, they also only have, well, I guess they have three, but they have two guys hitting high 200s. So I mean, we could be in for a pitcher's duel. We could be in for a repeat of game two. Um, Anything can go. I think anything could still happen, like you said. I mean, before we know it, we could be at a 2-2 tie all of a
Yeah,
sudden, and
it's not even.
we get to call 7 games potentially today, in this series. Which I mean, um, my voice is still going nice and strong. So, but we do have that prediction up. We're not gonna wait all 5 minutes on that. But we do have that over under 16 and a half total hits in the game. As I see somebody, yeah, I ain't gonna name names, but at least one person throwing in some points. We cleaned them out last time,
Yeah,
so which
yeah. I mean,
thanks for my $1 million in PBE money, by the way, for that.
I gave you. I paid someone. I think it was Luigi who was in here earlier, but he had to take off. He said that he ended up walking away with $5 million because of the last stream. He said you gave me just as much as my rookie contract.
See,
So he doubled his bank account in one stream.
we help out all the wonderful prospects in all their endeavors, including beefing up their bank accounts to the
That's
expense of our Twitch points.
at the expense of our own bank accounts. That's right.
But I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and close this prediction out. I'm itching. I'm itching to see what game 3 has in store for us as the South have a commanding 2 games to none lead. But anything could still happen. We're flipping it. South does not have home field this time around. It's going to be the North, home turf. Will the North make it 2 games to 1? Let's get in and find out.
And the machines are going to be leading it off this time. Tiger Dawson, the DH, up to
Oh,
bat. Huh.
oh,
Well, let's start
oh no, no, it's
with
caught.
a catch the warning track. Got me good on that one. Catchiest Catch, who had 2 home runs last game, gets a single in his first at bat this game. So he is continuing to hit very well. Jordan Thompson, will that one have enough? No, it will not. These OOTP animations are killing me. Colton James rips one into right field, so we will have runners at the corners for the machines with 2 outs. And McCringleberry passed ball. You hate to love to see it. That is going to be a run for the South, who score early this game as well. Hingle McCringleberry still up to bat, so his most damaging, the most damaging part of McCringleberry's at bat will be a pass ball by the catcher, so he just pops it up first baseman. South Machines are going to put Flan Reynolds on the mound. Shrimp McDaniel batting. He is going to put one into the grass in right field. Scotty Sterling, who is 2 for 3 last game, hits into a double play here. That hurts. Ty France Jr. is going to pop out on the first base side foul line as well. So a couple flyouts in the foul territory to end both halves of the inning. Diane Mitchell up. Winston Harrison hits the ball to the shortstop and it's gobbled up. Jaden Zielinski's easily going to throw it over first base. Leon Riston, the catcher, is going to ground out. Mark Southworth up to bat, and he will actually get on base. So the South will get a base runner with 2 outs. Mark Southworth out to left field. Hector Rocha is going to also put it in left field. Runner on first and second. Southworth moves to second. Rocha on first. Tiger Dawson, who nearly hit one out in his first at bat, will hit it to the same fielder, not as close to getting out. And that is the third out. We move on to the south side of the scoreboard with the North batting. Jaden Zielinski is going to start it off with a ground out to Cassius catch. Patrick Lindsay swings on a 2-2 sinker, and that is strike three. Matt Phillips, see if he can get on base, use that speed. He cannot. So three up, three down. The machines are going to be back in the batter's box. After last game's high scoring affair, we do seem to find ourselves in a pitcher duel. Cassius catch hits it to left field. It is caught. Jordan Thompson hits it to center field. That is caught. Let's see if we can go to right field with this one and do a 1-2-3 across the outfield. Nope, he will just stand there and watch that go by. Three up, three down for the South. Moving in the bottom half of the third, we are going to have Winton batting. Winton's going to take a walk on a 3-1 pitch. So a leadoff walk for the Robots. See if they can get that run and a bunt to advance the runner. Nasbase loves to see it.
Look at that
Small
bunt.
ball. Gage Barclay walking. So after the sack bunt to move him to second, Winton to second, he takes a walk, and that is going to score a run. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Will it score two? Trent McDaniel with a stand-up double able to score the second run, but he was able to tie the game. That is huge for the North Robots. And that is another walk. Flan Reynolds really struggling to find the strike zone this inning. That is bases full, one out. That is crushed. That is absolutely hammered by Ty
Oh,
France Jr. Grand slam, 372 feet. Your notes, North Robots are up 5-1. It was all knotted up at one, and how do you score 4 runs in baseball? Well, you hit a grand slam. Ty France Jr. doing it there. Jaden Zielinski is not going to let the inning end. Plant Reynolds is just bleeding out there. He is hurting. Matt Phillips up to bat, and he is going to hit it with one out only still, and that's going to be enough to advance the runner. Zielinski, the third runner at the corners, Winton missing the S, hitting the ball, but not getting it to land anywhere valuable. Caught by the center fielder. So that was an inning powered by Ty France Jr.'s grand slam. Hangleman Kringleberry is going to strike out there. It might not have been a strike, but the catcher sure made it look like one. Winton Harrison up to bat. Guys at the warning track, never really concerns of it getting out though. Leon Riston is going to ground out to the second baseman. So we are through 3.5. The score is 5-1. The North coming to bat with the 4-run lead. Bradley Wellerman wants to get things going again, and he will get it started. The party out center field as the ball finds some turf. Gage Barclay gets hit by a pitch. Flan Reynolds is really struggling just to control his pitches this game, and there's a hit to Rocha, I believe, at third, and it was. And that one is deep, but it is in the corner. It is enough. Scotty Sterling will get the sac fly RBI as the North continue to score. Ty France Jr. grand salami last at bat. This time he's just swinging salami, and that is it for him. We are into the top of the fifth. The South with the 2-0 series lead, down by 5. Always struggling in the away when they're away, and they continue to do it in this game. Southworth rounds out 6-3. Hector Rocha strikes out. That's his. That's not what he wanted to do there. And Tiger Dawson, the leadoff hitter, he gets under it, and it's going to be skied to left field. We are through 4.5. The North Robots up to bat. Nasbase, over to you.
the North came in upset about the first two games. They're taking it out on the South 6-1 as Zielinski will ground out to the third baseman to start off the bottom of the fifth. Now, Patrick Lindsay with a base hit down the right field line will stay at first base. So it'll be a 1-out single, bringing up Matt Phillips. Runner going, throw to second is in time for out number 2. Phillips with a fly ball to left center. Pretty well hit, but it's going to be caught in front of the track. And the side is retired as we head to the sixth. North with the 6-1 lead, and it's going to be Cassius Ketch leading off against Dion Mitchell. And that's a swing and a miss, strike three. Fourth strikeout for Mitchell here in game three. And now Jordan Thompson, fly ball to shallow left. That's going to be caught. 2 outs now for Colton James. Fly ball to left on a line, but caught in deep left. And it's a 1-2-3 inning as we head to the bottom of the sixth. And it's going to be Winton leading off. Base hit up the middle to lead off the home half of the sixth. And now Bradley Wellerman. Ground ball, there's one. They're not going to turn two, so it's going to be a 5-4 double play. Oh, he picked him off. Picked him off for out number 2. As Barclay will hit a base hit, just blooping it in shallow left. And we will go to the top of the order now for McDaniel, and that's bobbled. Bumble by the shortstop. And now Scotty Sterling will fly out to center field, so nothing will come of it. We'll head to the seventh here in game 3, 6-1 in favor of the North. And it's going to be Hingle McCringleberry grounding out to the first baseman for out number 1. Harrison's going to see that low and will get on base with a walk, bringing up Leon Riston. Grounder, they get the play at first. Great defensive play by the shortstop, as that's going to be a base hit for Southworth. Runner heading for home in time. Safe. So 6-2 North now on the RBI single by Southworth. South trying to inch their way back as Roca will ground it to the shortstop, gets the force at second to retire the side. It is stretch time. South get a run on the board. The deficit is now 4. 6-2 in favor of the North, as Ty France Jr. will lead off with a walk, start off the bottom of the 7th. New pitcher on the mound will be Duke Smith to face Zielinski, who tries to bunt. Come on, get the bunt down. Oh, no, he walked. Oh, wow, he pulled it back and walked. So it's going to be a walk. Runners at first and second for Lindsay, who will strike out for out number 1. And now Matt Phillips, no, never mind, ball gets away, so it's going to be a pass ball. Runners at second and third now. Phillips ground ball to the shortstop, but hangs on to it. Everybody is safe. A run scores. Infield RBI single for Matt Phillips. And the North gets the run back at 7-2. And that's bobbled. That is going to be a fumble bumble on the shortstop. Another run will score off the bat of Winton. 8-2 as Wellerman will strike out for out number 2. And Barclay will strike out, and the side is retired. 2 runs on the board for the North as we head to the 8th. North trying to get on the board and get down only 2 games to 1. They lead at 8-2 as Tiger Dawson will strike out to start off the 8th. Now bring up Cassius Ketch. Will take ball 4. No swing on that check swing. So runner aboard, 1 out for Thompson. That's going to be a base hit to right. South trying to cook something up here in the top of the 8th. Runners at first and second for Colton James. And that's going to be a base hit to right. They hold the runner, bases loaded, 1 out for McCringleberry. And that's deep to left center. It's going to fall. 1 runs around, 2 runs around. The bases are going to be cleared. 3 RBI triple for Hingle McCringleberry, and it's now 8-5. Harrison, base hit up the middle. It's 8-6. We got a ball game. 4 runs in the top of the 8th, 1 out, runner at first. And now Leon Riston is the tying run, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field for out number 2. Now Mark Southworth, base hit to left. Tying run is aboard for the South, and it's now Hector Roca. Caught looking, strike three on the inside corner. 4-run top of the eighth for the South. It's only a 2-run deficit as we head to the bottom of the eighth, top of the North order, and Shrimp McDaniel. That's going to be a base hit to right. So a leadoff single for McDaniel. Now Scotty Sterling will take it outside for ball 4. North trying to strike back here. Runners at first, second, no outs for Ty France, who will strike out. So one away for Jaden Zielinski. Called strike 3. Stunned him on the fastball. 2
Bring out.
outs. Ground ball, throw to first in time. And the South, with 1 run in the 7th, 4 runs in the 8th, can they find at least 2 more here in the top of the 9th? It's going to be top of the order and Tiger Dawson. Ground ball, third base side to get it over to first in time, 1 away. Cassius catch with a base hit to left. So the tying run will come to the plate in Jordan Thompson, facing a new pitcher in Johnny Whiplash, who will get him. Look at strike 3. Up and in on the heater. Final out for Colton James, who will bloop that into center field for a base hit. So the tying run is on for Hingle
Hingle
McCringleberry. Slow roller third base side. They get it over to first in time, and the
Oh,
North
man.
will hold on for the win in game 3.
Wow.
8-6 is your final. The North are not going down without a fight. They win game 3. They will be down now 2-1. Taking a look at the box score, Cassius Catch 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a walk. Jordan Thompson with a hit and a run scored. Mark Southworth 3 for 4 with an RBI for the North. Shrimp McDaniel 3 for 5 with a ribby, run scored, and a double. Scotty Sterling pitching in 2 walks, an RBI, and a run scored. Matt Phillips 1 for 4 with a ribby. Winton 1 for 3 with a ribby, run scored, and a walk. Wellerman and Wellerman going 1 for 3 with a run scored as well. Looking at the pitching, Dion Mitchell will get the win, Reynolds the loss, Whiplash the save, Ty France Jr., thanks to that grand slam in the 3rd inning, which proved to be the difference, really, will get player of the game in game 3 as the North have cut the deficit. They're only down 2-1 now as we go ahead and finish the day and advance it forward. Over, by the way, Juan on that over-under. Man, what a game 3 we just saw.
Yeah, I mean that had some excitement. It had a chance to be really exciting in the top of the 9th. Really, that's all you can ask for when you watch these games is both teams have a chance to win it. The going into the 9th inning, we didn't really see that in game 2. We did see that in game 3. We did see that in game 1. I'm looking for North to try to, to not try, but to tie the series up here. Um, Once again, home teams just seem to win when it comes to the South and the North. But we will see. The South has the lineup favorite going in. Looking at the logo, the little logo matchup here, the South seems to be the favorite. But if I recall, the North did win the season series 10-7, or something like
Correct.
that. So yeah, I'd look for the North to tie it up 2-2 and keep this series going.
Meanwhile, I did put out a new prediction. We saw some errors in that last game, so I figured we'll stay topical. Over under 1.5 total errors that we could see in this game. Over under 1.5 total errors. Give our voices a little bit of a break. Real quick, so give you all some time to get those wagers in. It this has been a fun series all around. The wind this time's blowing in from center at
At
11
11
miles
miles
an
per
hour.
hour.
So,
Yeah. And I
so
don't know if you saw, but I don't know if you checked your PayPal account recently, but apparently you were not paying attention to the transactions and you were supposed to fix it so that the East could be in the championship. So, I mean, that's on you for not paying attention to your bribes. But,
listen, this is an equal opportunity league.
well, at least return the money back then. Do the right thing.
You could always charge it back. Let the banks
That
handle
is true. That's right.
it. And then
Oop.
as I look at my PayPal account and be like, you are banned from PayPal. So congratulations. Now my mom can't send me money for Christmas. So I hope you all are happy.
Well,
Thanks.
congrats to your mom for knowing how to use PayPal. My mom, if I told her to use PayPal,
Oh,
she would
listen.
have no idea what to
No,
do.
see, listen. What you don't know is how long it took for me to get her to learn how to use PayPal. That's a
Yeah,
missing piece.
I'll believe it.
And one time I was like, okay, well, what about Cash App? Yeah, that was a no. Um, but I'm a, I've been a
So,
pay I've used PayPal for so long it's not even funny. So I'm I'm good with it. Um, well, hopefully you pass the test.
yeah,
At least
I think it's
that's where
6 hour
my thought
test.
went. I hope you pass the test. And in fact, I hope you aced the test. I'll go one step ahead. I hope you aced the test, serious fish. But what I will say, because I know you just joined in, I am also one of the people who can export the VOD, the Twitch VODs to the YouTube channel. So the moment that this stream is over, that's actually what I'm going to be going ahead and doing. I noticed that I tried to export the last night's stream to YouTube, and sometimes Twitch is just very finicky um, when it comes to that, which is why sometimes as I don't know if anybody pays attention to the main Discord, it popped one of them popped up twice. Just because when you export VODs from Twitch to YouTube, it doesn't really like give you like a progress bar. It's really blind faith, and sometimes it goes through, sometimes it doesn't. But definitely once this stream is over, that's what I'll be doing. And before I go to bed tonight, I'll make sure that gets put out there, so it will forever be etched in PBE history. And then and also as a side note to all the prospect league streams up to last night's stream should be on the PBE YouTube channel, which for those who in chat who may not know, we actually have a chat code for it. Or a short gosh, I can't find my words today. We have a little command for that too, as well with the linky link in the chat. Um, should have pretty much all the streams from last season. I think I only missed one, and that was just because it was like four different streams, and I didn't want to upload four different videos of the same stream. So I think we should have everything but one stream, if I'm not mistaken, um, on the YouTube channel. But should definitely have this VOD up before I go to bed, so that way anybody who couldn't make it, you'll have a chance to go in and watch, see what happened. I do see that prediction is about done. We got points on both sides. We got points on both sides. Looks like over was the value bet in this one. Um, I'm gonna keep talking just to give T-Den a break on because I'm used to talking for 8 hours on a stream, so
Well,
I'm still going good at it. One thing that
I'm
is interesting that is catching my eye is, and we pointed this out in the first in game three, as far as the pitcher hitter matchups. Both of these starting pitchers have done well against their relative teams. I mean, the highest ERA is Will Millis with a 3.0, and Shirazi is 2-0 with a 2.28 ERA heading into this one. Another thing that kind of stuck out to me, um, the the one the one hitter for the South, and Tiger Dawson 0 for 13 this season against Shirazi. But on the flip side, Ty France Jr., who had the big grand slam against against the South to get the North the win, is 3 for 36 in his career against Woe Millis. So I know I'm talking about the bots, or one of them is the bot, but a lot of these bots have, like, Ty France Jr. has stuck around. Jaden Zielinski has stuck around for quite a while as far as the legacy players are concerned. Another thing to I'm keeping my eyes on, Hingle McCringleberry, 7 for 18, 389, 3 home runs against Shirazi. So both sides having some interesting pitcher hitter matchups. Both pitchers have done relatively well against these teams throughout the regular season. So it'd be interesting to see what actually ends up pushing on through in that regard. But but with that being said,
Yeah, let's rock and
yeah,
roll.
let's get on into it. South and North game 4, with the South leading 2 games to 1.
We are guaranteed to be at least halfway through the series, following 4.5 innings. No promises on where the halfway point will actually be, though. Game 4 begins now with a Tiger Dawson flyout to center field. Winston Harrison, second in the order, and he is the first on base in Game 4. Jordan Thompson, the center fielder, will strike out looking. Fastball right down the middle. Colton James, the right-handed batter, going to be batting first next inning as Winston Harrison gets thrown out trying to steal second. Side retired into the bottom of the first. Shrimp McDaniel leading things off. Shrimp McDaniel hitting to Colton James, who will throw it over to first base. Scotty Sterling will also hit it over to Colton James. And that is how it'll work there. Ty France Jr. will sneak it by Colton James. So Colton James getting a lot of action. Him not able to make that one an out. And Jaden Zielinski will hit it to left field to end the first inning. So 1, 2, not 3, but 4, up, 3 down. Colton James, who I said his name a lot last inning defensively, will get on base with a hit going past Matt Phillips. Hingle McCringleberry, the cranberry sauce bringer, will get a fielder's choice. He gets on first base. Cassius Catch, who, if you remember game 2, hit 2 home runs, does not hit a home run here. Hits it deep to center fielder. McDaniel catches it. Leon Riston is going to be at plate. We got another caught stealing for the South. Someone needs to work on when to steal. They need to look at the analytics because they do not have it down pat. That is 2 caught stealing for the South. Patrick Lindsay leading off the 4th inning. He goes down. Check swing. He's gone. Matt Phillips up to bat. Matt Phillips also gone swinging. So 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts in this inning so far for Woe Millis. Winton swings, misses, 3 up, 3 down, all 3 swinging. That is how the bottom of the second will go. So far, 1 hit each side. No one able to do much. South kind of squandering their own chances by trying to steal when they shouldn't. Leon Riston will get aboard with a walk. Leadoff runner Hector Rocha will get under this one, pop it out to right field. Scotty Sterling's back on it. Easy can of corn for him. Mark Southworth hits into a potential double play ball, but not able to turn it is Matt Phillips, who kind of holds on to it. Tiger Dawson hits it to center field, easily caught. The Machines do not get a single run on that. No hits. They did have a man aboard, though. Bradley Wellerman swings and misses, so that is now 4 swinging strikeouts in a row for Woe Millis. Continues to mow him down. Gage Barclay puts an end to that, gets it past the second baseman, gets on first base. Shrimp McDaniel leans into one, but kind of drops the back shoulder, I think, as he pops it out to center field. Scotty Sterling, who's been cold for most of this series, gets on base. So Shrimp McDaniel can't do it. Scotty Sterling can. Ty France Jr. cannot. Check swing, strike three. Whoa Millis really just mowing them down through the first 3 innings. Top of the fourth, Winston Harrison hits one sharply to the third baseman who picks it up and tosses it over to first. Jordan Thompson hits it to center field. Shrimp McDaniel's going to kind of just grab that. Colton
Oh,
James leans into one. The home run leader in the regular season will hit one out here and put the Self on top 1-0.
Oppo Taco.
Wow. Oppo Taco, his third home run of the postseason. That was 362 feet. Hengel McCringleberry has the power to follow that up, but he won't, and he hits it to Shrimp McDaniel in center field to end the fourth, but not before the South get on the board and take the lead here in Game 4. Take the lead in Game 4 in the fourth. Bottom of the fourth, Jaden Zielinski swings and misses. Whoa, Millis just absolutely humming out there right now. 6 strikeouts so far. Patrick Lindsay does not strike out. But I don't know whether that was a face plant by Whoa Millis. Got up, threw it to Winston Harrison, who didn't do anything with it. Weird, weird defensive play. And then Matt Phillips gets aboard. Winton with a runner
Oh,
on first and second. That'll score a run. That is all the way to the corner. Will it score two?
oh.
Yes, it will. Matt Phillips very speedy at first base, easily able to get in. Winton puts the North on top, 2-1. Wellerman up to bat now. Wellerman will do a 6-3 putout. That's all he has. Gage Barclay, man on second. That is
Oh
crushed
my
out of here.
gosh.
399 feet. Sneaks it over to the wall, just over the Corona sign out there. Gage Barclay is able to put the North on top, 4-1. Bottom of the order home run. Love to see it. Shrimp McDaniel, top of the order, fouls out on the third base side. So the North, 4 runs on 3 hits, put themselves on top with a demanding 3-run lead. The South has their work cut out for them. And catchy as catch, not willing to put in the work, really Mo Willis's beautiful start kind of ruined there with in a one foul swoop of the bat. Leon Riston is going to put it out to center field. Shrimp McDaniel's going to be underneath it, and Hector Rocha is going to go down swinging. So we are through 4.5. We are at least halfway through the series. Over to you, nasbase.
Do we end up with a tied series? We got half a game to find out as Scotty Sterling will lead off the bottom half of the fifth with a ground out for out number one, bringing up Ty France Jr., who will, oh, I was going to say a base hit, but looks like Thompson had another idea. That is out number two as Zielinski will ground out, and it's an eventful 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the fifth. Score remains 4-1 as we head to the sixth, and Southworth leading off. Hard grounder to the third base side, over to first for out number one. Top of the order now for Tiger Dawson. We'll take that low and outside for ball four. So runner is on, runner going, throw to second. What a throw! That was a laser by Barclay to get him out, two away, as that's going to be a base hit by Harrison opposite field. So runner first, 2 outs for Jordan Thompson. Ground ball third base side, gets it over to first, and they will leave that base runner stranded as the South remain 3 back as we head to the bottom of the sixth. And it'll be Lindsay leading off against Millis. Fly ball right field and foul ground makes the catch. One away. Matt Phillips, that's pretty well hit, and it is gone. Dinger time. Oppo Taco. Matt Phillips. First home run in the playoffs for Phillips. And it is now 5-1 North. One away, nobody on for Winton, who will ground it to the second baseman, gets to first in time. Two outs now for Wellerman, who will strike out to end the sixth, but the North tack on another. It is 5-1 as we head to the seventh. Colton James will be leading off. Popped up in the infield. Third baseman will make the call and make the catch. One away from a Kringleberry. Fly ball to center. Center fielder didn't even have to take a step. Went right to him for the second out. As catch will hit it opposite field. Thought about going for two. Will stick with the single. As Riston will take it inside for ball four. Hector Roca will take that, not inside. That got the upper end corner for called strike three, and it is stretch time as the South leave two stranded. They trail by four, and it'll be Barclay leading off the bottom of the seventh with a walk. So leadoff runner is aboard. That'll be it for Millis. Maxwell Reed on the mound to face McDaniel, who will strike out. So one away for Scotty Sterling. Swing and a miss, strike three. Two outs for Ty France Jr. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Maxwell Reed comes in, strikes out all three he faces. They leave the runner at first as we head to the eighth. North with the 4-run lead trying to tie this series up. That'll be Mark Southworth facing a new pitcher in Johnny Whiplash. And that'll be a grounder for the start of the eighth. Top of the order now for Dawson. That's a base hit opposite field. One out single for Tiger Dawson brings up Winston Harrison. Fly ball left field on the run, makes the catch. Two away for Jordan Thompson. Swing and a miss, strike three. And the South will leave a runner stranded at first as well. We head to the home half of the eighth. It is 5-1, and it'll be Zielinski leading off. Slow roller to the shortstop, and they get there just in time. One away. Lindsay down the line, that's a base hit. Lindsay's thinking about two and will get there in time. A one-out double. And that'll bring up Matt Phillips, who will strike out for the second out here in the bottom of the eighth. Winton to the plate now with a runner in scoring position. Fly ball center field. And that is going to be caught to retire the side. South need at least 4 runs if they want to stick with it here in game 4. For the North, they need 3 outs to tie this up 2 games apiece. It'll be Colton James with a fly ball to right. It's over the head. It's off the wall. So it's going to be a lead-off triple for Colton James. And that'll bring up McCringleberry with a fly ball to left. Is this going to be deep enough? They're sending the runner, and there'll be no throw to home, so that will be a sac fly. It is now 5-2 with 1 out and Cassius Catch to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the South are down to their final out here in game 4. It'll be Leon Riston. Fly ball to left field, playable, and that is caught. And this series is tied at 2. 5-2 is your final for the North. It was a 4-run bottom of the 4th that proved to be the difference. As we take a look at the box score, Tiger Dawson 1 for 3 with a walk. Cassius Catch going 1 for 4. Riston getting a couple walks as well. For the North, Scotty Sterling 1 for 4. Matt Phillips 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, an RBI, and then for Winton 1 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Taking a look at the pitching, Shirazi will get the win. Woe Millis will get the loss. Shirazi is your player of the game. We said it at the end of game 2. You know, who knows? This could be tied at 2-all, and here we are.
Yeah, it's almost like we called it.
We announcer jinxed ourselves.
Kind of. I mean, I'm happy to see it.
And also the
I live for the
unders
game
get the
7.
win, by the way. We had one error. We didn't have two. We had one. So let me get that paid out. We'll see what we do here.
Give me give me my points.
You know,
All 20 of them feed me.
the series is
Uh,
tied. So figured, in fact,
Here is
before I
tied.
forget,
North is still the home team, and the home away split for the South continues to get worse and worse. So my thought here is the North is going to walk out with a 3-2 series lead. It'll go back to the South, and they'll win the last two games, and that'll be the end of the series. Game 7, South is going to win it. Oh, the games will be won by the home teams.
we're going to keep, we're back up to basically it is, to put it in a different way too, it is basically best of three the rest of the way from here. Um, because of that, our prediction, we're going to keep it simple. Who wins game five? Who wins game five? Is it going to be the South or is it going to be the North? And please use your PEDs responsibly. We don't need people getting sick. That is your PSA for this pre-game show. Um, as I see,
I didn't understand any of that. Please use your PEDs responsibly.
oh, because of
I
your
was like,
comment.
what? Yeah, yeah, no, I caught on. I'm a little slow.
It's a holiday. You're forgiven.
Yes, that's right. I am forgiven when I don't eat turkey later. I am smoking tri-tip, making twice baked mashed potatoes, and following it up with some asparagus because I don't need to cook for a bunch of people. It's only me and my fiance, or my fiance and I, so we're gonna keep it nice and simple.
Dang, now I wish I had some steak to make.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it's
I'm.
the go-to.
It's me, myself, and I. So
Oh, you
yeah,
can always microwave some hamburger meat.
ew.
Wash it down with a nice cold beer.
Or as a tribute to Punk, because we share an affinity for this Mountain Dew, which is
Oh
actually what I'm
no,
drinking right now. It's keeping my voice, vocal cords, me coughing up a storm
lubricated.
from all this talking. But we got that prediction up. Who wins Game Five? Nobody thinks the South's going to come in and win it, unless is somebody
Uh,
betting it all.
I put
Oh, I
I
see.
put money on the
You're
North.
not the only
I
one.
well,
You're
Dak.
not the only one anymore.
Uh,
You got a buddy. You
no,
got a
well,
buddy.
yeah, I would bet on the South now that I see Dak bet on the North just to counteract him, so I could go against him.
I cannot. I have to sit. I have to set all these wagers out. I'd be over here wagering myself, but
Well,
if I do,
that would be kind
nobody
of.
can. Nobody wins. Nobody gets paid out till tomorrow night, which is when the next stream is. But oh, I almost want to close it now because North has 808, and if you know me well by now, um, 808's
There's
a
a zip
808's
area,
area particular area code. But now I'm,
city of Compton,
oh my gosh, I'm gonna hold out for see if
Hawaii.
anybody wants to maybe throw, a value bet. I know Fetty's not made it into the stream, so that's probably why there's no value bets going on right now. But
He's probably got a family that loves him. So we're
wow,
all here.
these playoffs just turned dark.
Well,
But
yeah.
I
I
think
don't know what to say about that. I
you
threw
know
that
what,
comment out there. Didn't really mean anything by it. It was just for
let's
fun.
close out that prediction. Let's close out that
I
prediction.
mean,
Let's just get on into
I've been,
game five.
I've been here for 2.5 hours as well, so
You're
it's
just thinking about that tri-tip.
self-appreciating. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Cannot wait.
All
Cannot wait
right.
to eat.
Prediction is closed. We have a brand new series, friends. It is 2-all. What will game 5 have in store for us?
Game 5. Nobody's alive because it's the machines versus the robots. No biological substance here. Tiger Dawson leads us off with a ground out. Winston Harrison steps in and gets a walk. So one out. with a man on first for Jordan Thompson, the center fielder, who is going to hit it to his counterpart, Shrimp McDaniel, center field. Colton James, the shortstop, is going to walk as well, so no hits yet, but two men aboard for Hingle McCringleberry, the cranberry sauce bringer, and he brings the sauce, knocking it down the third base foul line, staying fair and scoring the first run. So the South are aboard in the top of the first. Cassius catch with two home runs in game two. Watches it go over the catcher's head. That'll advance both runners, and then he will walk himself. So only the one hit, but three walks, and the bases are loaded for Leon Riston, who does absolutely nothing with it. Just kind of wet paper bags it out to left field. Not what his team wanted if they're going to steal one as the away team. Shrimp McDaniel's leading it off, and he is going to hit it to the first baseman, Winston Harrison. Scotty Sterling sends it out to center field, and that is going to be gobbled up by Thompson. Gobble gobble. Jaden Zielinski goes down swinging. I figured why not just make some Thanksgiving noises.
Yeah, this is this is a
If I can't
festive
talk,
streak.
if I can't speak, I'll just start gobbling. Right? Hector Rocha, second to last in the order, gets smacked in the private area, and he would go to first base. I made that part up, and then Southworth hits it to the pitcher, who turns around and throws it to second to get the lead runner. Good heads-up defensive play. Tiger Dawson hits it to foul territory. That's out. Winston Harrison is going to find grass in right center field, and that is going to put Southworth all the way to third. Runners at the court and Jordan Thompson. And will you believe it? Another pass ball run. We've seen a lot of those in this playoffs, the Prospect League playoffs. Something you see a lot in the Prospect League. So 2-0 for the South, and another walk issued by Bakugo. That's his fourth one already today. Colton James not able to do anything with the runner in scoring position. A lot of pass ball runs in the Prospect League. Low defensive numbers. Ty France Jr., who had the grand salami last game, is going to find himself at first base. Gage Barclay hits it a double play ball, but no double play. So fielder's choice, Gage Barclay on first.
Oh,
Another double play ball. This one will be turned, and Matt Phillips, who is a speed demon comparative to most of the league, not able to beat out the throw. Hingle McCringleberry, everyone knows what he's bringing to dinner, hits a ball to center field. Shrimp McDaniel catches it. Cassius catch hits it back to Shrimp McDaniel, but this is going to be a one hopper to him, and it's going to find grass. He is standing on first with one out. Leon Risden, the catcher, is going to do the same thing. They're just playing paddle board or something, ping pong out there with the center fielder. Hector Rocha walk number 5 for Bakugo. He has not been able to find the strike zone all day. Mark Southworth is going to hit it deep to right field. That's going to be enough to advance both runners. So sac fly RBI for Southworth. The South is up 3-0, scoring one run in every inning so far. Two outs. Tiger Dawson runners at the corners, and he hits one back to the pitcher, and he beats out the throw 4-0. Machines over the robots. Tiger Dawson is showing he can run. Winston Harrison is going to hit it to the wall, and that's going to open this game right up, as two runs are going to score easily, and he is going to be standing up at third. The shift was on, and they shifted right out of the way of where he hit it. So Winston Harrison,
oh,
2 run, and another pass ball run. Welcome to the Prospect League. That is the number one play you'll see. That is like a run up the middle on 3rd and 2 for the Prospect League. Jordan Thompson, center fielder, hits it to Shrimp McDaniel in center field. It bounced through the infield. Trip McDaniel will get it back in. Runner on first. Colton James swings and misses. What a disappointing top half of the inning for the North, because the South lay it on thick. Thick as butter on a dinner roll. 7-0. They're going to want to get some of those back, and they're not going to do it here as Patrick Lindsay hits it to the left fielder, McCringleberry. Winton, still missing the S, finding a hit, is standing at first. Bradley Wellerman strikes out on a sinker. We're going to have top of the order, Shrimp McDaniel, the center field. He's been getting worked out pretty hard, and he's going to work out the other center fielder, but he's not going to get a hit. So caught by Thompson, that is going to end the inning. Still 7-0 Machines over Robots. Machines just kind of dominating thus far. Hingle McCringleberry pop out to Scotty Sterling in right field. Cashier's catch walks. That has been the theme of the day for the North is walking the South. Leon Riston hits it sharply to Shrimp McDaniel. Hector Rocha hits it not sharply, but he hits it hard to deep right field, and that is going to be enough to advance Cassius Catch to third base for Mark Southworth, who will not be able to score him from third as he hits at the third, who throws it to first for the putout. Toby Ziegler comes in and shuts down the South for the first time today. Harry's Rodriguez pitching again. Scotty Sterling, the right fielder, hits it to right field. Aiden Zielinski gets smacked with the ball center of the back. He looks to be okay, so because there's no one that can substitute for him. Anyways, so person on first and second, Ty France Jr. pops out, Gage Barclay up, and he hits into a double play ball once again. No turn double play. We don't work on double plays
Oh,
in the Prospect League. Oh, his
where's the brawl
second
logic? Come on, give me the brawl
second
animation.
hit batter. So yeah, let's charge them out. Let's make this interesting.
Oh,
But to try to make it interesting, Patrick Lindsay will hit a 2 RBI single to put the North on the board, still down by 5 runs. They'd really like to see Matt Phillips at least score here, and that's not going to happen. And the shortstop will pick it up and throw it over to the second baseman. And that is all the North's going to be able to do is score 2 runs. So, top of the fifth, Tiger Dawson up. He lays it out to right field, picked up by the center fielder, who tosses it in, and we got ourselves a man on first. Winston Harrison stealing. Okay, every time, every time the South tries to steal, they get picked off. I don't know why they keep doing it. That is going to be an out with a stolen base, caught stealing. Excuse me, caught stealing. Jordan Thompson lays it out left field, standing on first. Colton James can hit home runs, doesn't need to, as he just takes his second walk of the day, or excuse me, his first walk of the day. Ziegler's second issued. Ziegler's third issued walk will load the bases. 2 outs. Cassius Catch, who has been able to hit pretty well this series, does not turn the loaded bases into anything meaningful. But the Celtics still up 7-2, and now it's nasbase's turn to call the rest of the game.
Wellerman will lead off the bottom of the fifth with a long fly ball, but it's going to be just shy of the wall. Loud out one, but it's going to be top of the order. McDaniel hitting it up the middle with a 1-out single. Now brings Scotty Sterling to the plate. Grounder, there's one. They're not going to turn two. It'll be a fielder's choice for Jaden Zielinski to the plate. That's going to be a base hit to left. Sterling holds at second. So runners at first and second now for Ty France Jr., who will hit it to third, but it will be out at first. North leave a couple stranded there, still trailing 7-2 as Leon Riston will lead off the top of the sixth against Scott Stelling. And that'll be a grounder for out number one. Hector Roca to center, but the second baseman will go out there and make the catch. So 2 away for Southworth, who will strike out, and that will retire the side here in the top of the sixth. South trying to get the road team their first win in this series. They lead at 7-2 as Barclay with a deep fly ball that is gone. No doubt about that one. Dinger time for Gage Barclay, the battery, as it's now a 4-run deficit for the North. It is 7-3. And now Matt Phillips, grounder to the third baseman, gets to first in time. As we get a new pitcher, it's Sinatata. As Lindsay with a deep fly ball to center for out number 2. Winton now with nobody on. Line drive. Oh, what a catch in right field by Southworth. The Web Gem will retire the side, and it's 7-3 South. Top 7, top of the order. Tiger Dawson leads it off with a base hit up the middle. So leadoff runner is on for Winston Harrison, who will lay down the bunt back to the pitcher. They get the lead runner. So out at second, safe at first. Ground ball by Thompson will be a fielder's choice. So Colton James with the runner first. Runner was going on the swing. Base hit up the middle. So runners in the corners, 2 outs for McCringleberry. And that's going to be a base hit to right. A run will score. Throw to third is not in time. South get a run on the board. It is now 8-3. As catch will hit it. Oh, what a catch in the right field corner by Scotty Sterling. Saved at least a run, maybe 2. But the South still have a 5-run lead heading into stretch time, as Wellerman's going to ground it to third for out number 1. Top of the order now for Shrimp McDaniel, who will hit a grounder to the first baseman, tosses it to the pitcher for out number 2. Scotty Sterling will ground it to the shortstop, and the side goes down in order as it remains 8-3 in favor of the South. And it'll be Leon Riston to lead things off. Lead things off. Base hit to center field. That's extra bases for Riston. So leadoff runners at second base for Roca. Grounder to third. Runner stays, so 1 away. Mark Southworth at the plate. Fly ball to center. That is caught. Runner holds. New pitcher. Oh, look who it is. Draft bust Jimbo. Fly ball center field. That will be caught for out number 3. The side goes down, leaving the runner at second. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, North need to find some runs, find them quick. As Zielinski will lead off with a fly ball to left for out number 1. Ty France Jr. to the plate now with a liner right to the center fielder. 2 quick outs. Barclay will see that low ball 4, so the inning will continue on with a runner at first. New pitcher Moffitt on the mound facing Phillips. Fly ball to right. That is caught for the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 8th. South heading to the 9th with a 5-run lead, and it'll be Winston Harrison leading off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Now for Jordan Thompson. Line drive right field. That will be a base hit. So runner is on with 1 out. And Colton James is going to hit that to the left center field gap. It's going to go all the way to the wall. They'll hold the runner at third. So it's a double for Colton James. Runners at second and third for McCringleberry. That gets away. That's going to bring in another run. It's 9-3. So runner at third with 1 out. And the pitch to McCringleberry is a grounder right to the third baseman. Runner holds. And now Cassius catch. That gets away. All the runs coming in on these pass balls in this game.
Classic.
It is 10-3 now. Fly ball center field, and that is going to be caught. The side is retired. North need to find at least a touchdown. They trail 10-3 here in game 5. And it's going to be Patrick Lindsay to lead it off against Moffitt. Fly ball to center field. Pretty well hit, but it's going to be caught for the 1st out. Now Winton will hit a grounder to the third base side. That will be out number 2. Down to their final out will be Bradley Wellerman. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. That is caught. The South on the road. First win for the road team in this series. 10-3 is your final. And they will head into their part of the home field with the series lead 3-2. Take a look at the box real quick. Tiger Dawson 3 for 6 with a ribby and a run scored. Jordan Thompson, 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored and a walk. Cassius Catch, 1 for 4, 2 walks and a run scored. Riston, 3 for 5 with a double and a run scored. Roca with a walk and a run. Southworth with a RBI and a run scored. For the North, Scotty Sterling 1 for 4 with a run scored, and Winton also going 1 for 4. Pitching wise, Harris Rodriguez will take the win. Bakugo the loss. Winston Harrison is your player of the game for game 5. As forgot we had oh yeah, that's right. We did who wins for that last prediction, and
And
the
no one
house
won.
won is who won. The house won
That
because
is,
nobody put points on the South.
and why would we? The home teams were dominating the series up until this point. And now it's the North's turn to try to win one or be eliminated and give the South a championship. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna put it on the away team. Um,
I'm a change up the question a little bit. In a sense, it's kind of who wins, but not really. The prediction in this one is simple. Do we see a game 7? That is your prediction for
okay,
this game. Do we see a game 7? Which, by the way, let me go ahead and save this real quick in advance today so we can pull up the side by side here. I think we have a travel day. Yeah, we have a travel day.
I'll go ahead and say we see a game 7.
Here
Keep
we
the
are.
streams going. Keep the Prospect League stream going. I mean, it's been a Thanksgiving Day marathon brought to you by Macy's. 3 hours of Prospect League baseball so far. We have a chance to continue doing it. Dak is going to bet opposite this time. Well, I guess that means I want to put more points on it because that's just how I am.
And
Maybe I'll
then
give.
if we do have a game 7, do we ping everyone? Do we do an everyone ping even though it's prospect
I
league?
mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about other people's Thanksgiving Day dinners. I'm happy to interrupt them because they should be focused on the Prospect League. They can put their forks down. All right, they got a problem. Put the fork down. Walk over to your twitch.tv/pvsim. Put it on the TV. Turn off the Washington Commanders game that's about to start because no one actually watches Washington sports. Uh, I don't know if I've seen a Washington Commander game in like 15 years, uh, unless they play the Packers. Go Pack Go, who did defeat the Lions, by the way.
See
I had to sneak
that,
that
that
in.
that's why you're in a
That's
chipper
that's
mood.
really where I was.
That
Yeah. I mean, now I'm watching Hot Bench,
oh my gosh.
waiting for the next game. I'm waiting for the next game to start. I'm not actually watching it. It's over on the side on my YouTube TV, but I'm waiting for the next football game to go. Anyways, absolutely at everyone. See, that's Dak says let's interrupt some dinners. I'm
Interesting.
here. I'm here for a game 7 interruption. I don't care. They don't eat all those carbs anyways. All right. America's got an eating problem. Put the forks down and sit down and do nothing and watch fake baseball. Um,
Is the South doing some hijinkery heading into game 6? Because we are heading back to quote unquote Toronto, which is not really South, but who's to say? Um, but
I mean, it's self
the
to someone.
the roof, the magical imaginary roof that somehow is at Toronto Stadium is closed for game 6.
The Peacock's grounds. I hate that it's not Peacock grounds. It's Peacocks. Like there's multiple Peacocks. It's their grounds. I don't know.
Well, would it be a grounds if there was just one? Like, who's the king peacock?
It'd be the
And,
Peacock
and,
ground.
and why is it? Why
No,
does that one
no
peacock
plural.
get the grounds?
Well, called peacocking, my friend. When you
Get,
can
get,
peacock the best, it's your ground.
we'll give
It's just how
y'all
it works.
Give y'all
Had to make the
another
rules for the
minute.
animal kingdom. They just exist. We get to see our favorite though, Scotty Sterling versus Scott Sterling matchup. And if you remember last time, Scotty Sterling won 2 of the 3 instances at the plate, but then got picked off by Scott Sterling to kind of negate that second hit. So who actually won the matchup last time between Scotty Sterling and Scott Sterling? I call it a draw, kind of, because 2 and 3 at the plate, but then got picked off at first. I'll say that's 4 instances of battle, each won 2. We get to watch that, and Scotty Sterling's still cold at the plate. I don't know how he's been cold. He's been cold the entire day, and he's not even hitting that poorly. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
I wonder if it has something to do with regular season. I don't know if it does the hot cold if it changes during the postseason. I've never really paid attention, to be quite honest. That could be it too. Because I want to
I
say
know
I
it's
would imagine Sterling is not considered cold throughout the
no,
playoffs.
no, but
At least I didn't get that impression either. Um,
he's had a lot of 1 for 4 days. I have or 1 for 3, 1 for 4 days, and with walked and but I haven't really seen him pull any offers. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe that's just his trash panda to carry on his back today. He's just that's what it is. I mean that's Sen's player, so I know Sen can carry that.
Now,
Sen can carry that.
with that being said, that prediction is closed. Let's get on into Game 6 and see
The
if we do get
Dacversy
a
of the
Game 7
business.
for the Prospect Showcase. Let's get into Game 6. We're back on the South's turf.
And we're at the Peacock ground for Game 6. Trent McDaniel leading things off, and a weak grounder to Colton James with his 1 overall rating defense. Picks it up easily. And Scotty Sterling versus Scott Sterling round 1 ends in a flyout to Hangle McCringleberry, 2 down. Ty France Jr. makes it 3 down with a swinging strike. Swung right over the curveball. And the North have nothing going in the top of the first. The South, who've scored a lot in the first inning in this series, are going to try to do so again here. Tiger Dawson get jinxed South. 1 out. Cassius catch up next. Luther McIntosh winds up deals, and Cassius catch hits it to left field. Bradley Wellerman will just grab it out of the air quite easily. Jordan Thompson drops the back shoulder, gets under one, and that'll also be hit out to Bradley Wellerman. So 3 up, 3 down. We're into the top of the second. Jaden Zielinski at the plate. He hits it fair down the first base line, and it is picked up, and the first out goes the first baseman. There's a 5-3 put out. Rocha to Harrison. Matt Phillips, speedy Matt Phillips, will hit one quickly to the center field and goes all the way to second as the center fielder could not get a grip on the ball. He needs what the Little Giants had. Puts it on his hands, and Winton will then ground out. So they do get a runner aboard all the way to scoring position. Matt Phillips was stranded at second. The South up to bat next. Colton James cuts at a ball, hits it to the shortstop. So shortstop to shortstop. And that is the first out. Luther McIntosh up the middle. Luther McIntosh pitches to Hingle McCringleberry, who hits it up the middle. Winston Harrison gets caught in a pickle, and he's going back and forth,
Oh,
and he will be thrown out at second. Oh, the Game 6 pickle, and then Winston Harrison gets hit. So he gets replaced at first after the pickle. McCringleberry, supposed to be bringing the cranberry sauce, brought the pickle juice. Mark Southworth at the plate, runner in scoring position, 2 outs, and he grounds out. So what was a fun half of the inning resulted in nothing of interest. As the score is still 0-0 heading into the top of the third. Bradley Wellerman at the plate. He's been busy in left field, and he's going to ground out to Colton James at short. Scott Sterling winds up. Gage Barclay will walk. So Gage Barclay finds himself on base. Shrimp McDaniel hits into a double play ball, and the Scotty Sterling versus Scott Sterling matchup will have to wait as 2 outs are picked up there, and the North puts a big goose egg on the turkey table in the top of the third inning. Bottom of the third, Hector Rocha walks. Tiger Dawson bunts, sack bunt, advancing the runner to scoring position. Small ball, we call that the nasbase favorite, and it works out
It
for them
worked.
as Cassian's catch hits one to the wall, and the South take the 1-0 lead in a game that could decide who the champion is. Jordan Thompson pops it up to center field. Trent McDaniel gets underneath it, throws it back into the infield. Cassian's catch still in scoring position, 2 outs. That is going to be a 5-3 put out to end the inning. But the small ball works. The South is able to put a crooked number up. And North now has to match it. The Scott Sterling matchup, round two. And it goes to Scotty Sterling, who legs out an infield single. Ty France Jr. is going to put one over the second baseman's head. So now the North has something cooking. Runner in scoring position, no
Oh,
outs, and that should not tie the game. Let me hold my tongue. Bases loaded, no outs. Patrick
oh,
Lindsay puts one to the wall in in an at bat that is going to mean so much come the end of the game, because if he doesn't do that there, you do not want to put it. I mean, you have to put it in the outfield. He gets it down, so no outs, still 2 run. And look at that. I don't even need to keep talking. We get the classic prospect lead. Give me run. Pass ball past the catcher. 3-1. The North are putting some runs up. Matt Phillips finally goes down. Gives the first out. The half inning. Winton walks. Scott Sterling wheels kind of coming off here. Bradley Wellerman, the left field, strikes out. So the North finally find themselves in a 2 out scenario, but it doesn't matter because Gage Barclay is going to put it in to right field and get a stand up double. And a run's going to score 4-1. Trent McDaniel hits it to the third baseman, 5-3. That'll finally end the inning, or the half of the inning. North takes a 4-1 lead after giving up the 1 run to the South, and all of a sudden that 1 run doesn't feel like a whole lot. And the South needs to get something cooking, and who better to do it than Hingle McCringleberry? Puts it out to center field for a single. Winston Harrison pass ball goes over to second. Winston Harrison will end up striking out, however, with a runner at second. So Leon Riston, the catcher, also strikes out. Art Southworth, Mark Southworth, up to bat with 2 outs, and he is going to weakly ground it to second base to end that half of the inning. So they strand a runner in scoring position, not able to bring the game closer after the brutal top of the fourth. They're going to try to get through the top of the fifth quickly. Scott Sterling's still on the
oh.
mound. And when I said he tried to get through it quickly, I was really jinxing him. 382 feet. Scotty Sterling off Scott Sterling knocks it over the left field wall. 5-1 North. I think it's very clear today. Scotty Sterling won the Sterling for Sterling matchup. Ty France Jr. is going to foul out or hit a pop out foul territory to the right fielder. Jaden Zielinski grounds out to
Oh,
the second. Well, excuse me. Apparently, no one wants to bend over and play defense. So he's going to get on base and then immediately gets thrown out because why not? Patrick Lindsay, let's just hand them out. It's Patrick Lindsay hits it up the middle. So now instead of having a runner in scoring position with 1 out, they have 2 outs. The runner on first, and then a hit to the second baseman will end any threat there. Nasbase, it's up to you to finish this game. Let's see if the South can catch up and win the championship.
man, do we get a game 7? It looks like it for the North, but Hector Roca has other ideas as he hits that all the way to the wall. It's a lead-off double as order resets to Dawson. Oh, it's bobbled. Fumble bumble at first base. Runners in the corners, no outs for Catch, who will strike out. So 1 out, runners in the corners for Jordan Thompson. Ball 4, the bases are loaded. Colton James, leading the league in Prospect League with home runs, hits it up the middle. That scores 2. Maybe not. Never mind. I take it back. I think he only got 1. Out. Out. The second runner is out.
Wow.
But that's a
And now
base hit
look
by
at this.
McCringleberry, and the bases go back to being loaded.
What if he wasn't thrown out there? Oh,
Oh, Harrison, base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third. A run will score. It's 5-3. Leon Riston to the plate. Fly ball to left. Does it have enough?
no
Not quite.
way. Okay.
Not
Wow.
quite. South do get 2 runs on the board. They leave them loaded. It is 5-3 North as we head to the 6th, and Winton leading off. That's going to be a base hit to center field to start off the 6th. Bradley Wellerman, runner going, and he is safe. Stolen base. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Wellerman. And that'll be 1 out. Runner at second base for Barclay. Ground ball. Runner holds. So out number 2, top of the order now for McDaniel. Outside ball 4. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. And they're going to take out Sterling. We're not going to see Sterling again. It's going to be 1984 as Sterling beats it out. Bases loaded for the North, and Ty France Jr. with a deep fly. Does this have enough? No.
Wow. Would have been his
Oh,
second grand slam of the series, too.
at
Wow.
the wall. The side is retired. Both teams leaving them loaded. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, Southworth will ground it to the first baseman to lead off the bottom of the 6th. New pitcher Johnny Whiplash to face Roca, who will also ground it to the second baseman. 2 away, top of the order for Dawson. Fly ball to right. That is caught. And they go down in order 1, 2, 3. South need to find a couple more runs if they want to win the prospect showcase. For the North, they're hanging on. They want to hang on for game 7 as Zielinski will pop it up in the infield. Third baseman will make the catch. 1 away. Lindsay with a liner to right. That's caught for out number 2. Brings up Matt Phillips, slow roller third base side. Phillips can run, but cannot beat out that throw as the North go down in order as well. 1, 2, 3. We got a 2-run ball game as we get to stretch time. And it'll be Cassius Ketch leading off the home half with a strikeout looking on the outside corner. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th for Jordan Thompson. Line drive to right. That falls in for a base hit. So 1 out base runner, tying run to the plate, and Colton James, who will be walked. So the tying run is on for Hingle McCringleberry. Grounder, there's 1. They get the double play. 4-6-3. And the side is retired. 5-3 remains the score as we head to the 8th, and Winton leading off. Called strike 3 at the knees for out number 1. Now Bradley Wellerman. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Now in the top of the 8th for Gage Barclay. Swinging on the first pitch, it's a grounder. Toss it to the pitcher, and the North go down in order. 1, 2, 3. As we head to the home half of the 8th, Harrison will lead off for the South, facing Johnny Whiplash. Fly ball to center field, playable, and caught to start off the bottom of the 8th. Riston with a fly ball to center field as well. That's going to be caught. And now Mark Southworth. Fly ball deep center, but not going to be deep enough. And they go down in order on 3 straight flyouts. It is 9th inning time. North with a 5-3 lead, looking to add some insurance. It'll be the top of the order in McDaniel. Base hit up the middle. So leadoff single for McDaniel brings Scotty Sterling to the plate. Back to the pitcher. There's 1. They're not going to turn 2, so it's going to be a 1-6 fielder's choice. As that's going to be into the gap off the bat of France Jr. Sterling is going to hold at third base. So runners at second and third on the double. And now Jaden Zielinski is going to be intentionally walked. Yeah, don't see that very often in Prospect League either. As Lindsey's going to make him pay with a base hit to right. That's going to score a run. It is 6-3 North with the bases still loaded and one out for Matt Phillips and a new pitcher, Duke Smith. Swing and a miss, strike three. Big strikeout there. And now Winton. Ball gets away. Brings in another run. It is 7-3. Runners at second and third, two outs. Base hit to right. That's going to bring in both the runners. Big 2 RBI single for Winton and the North with 4 in the top of the ninth make it 9-3. And now Wellerman, grounder, get the force at second. And now the South need to find a touchdown to win the showcase. They need at least 6 to see extra innings. It's going to be Roca leading off. Grounder to the first base side, one out. Top of the order for Dawson. Base hit to left. So the South have a base runner on with one out. Hosh Jader on the mound now. As catch will ground it. There's one. They get the double play, and we get a game 7.
Foghorn. Foghorn noises.
9-3 is your final in game 6. North tie it up. We're going to have a winner take all here in the showcase. Take a look at the box score. McDaniel going 1 for 4 with a walk. Scotty Sterling 3 for 5 with a home run and 3 runs scored. Matt Phillips 1 for 5. Winton 2 for 4 with a couple runs batted in. For the South, Tiger Dawson 1 for 4. Cassius Ketch 1 for 5 with a ribby. Thompson 1 for 3 with a run scored. Riston 1 for 4. And Hector Roca 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. McIntosh will take the win. Scott Sterling the loss. Whiplash does get the hold as Lindsay will be your player of the game. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm excited. I am excited for Game 7. I mean,
As
both
I'm being
teams
egged on already by Dak. Ping everybody. Ping everybody.
pick 'em. I mean, just pick 'em. Game 7 of Prospect League. If you don't like Game 7, then your mama doesn't like you, or I don't know.
Before I cook up a ping, let me at least get a prediction going. But let's pull this up as well. Actually, hang on before I do that because I don't think I did. We gotta say I don't need any hijinkery going on. We gotta make sure we cement in that game 7. Got gotta always incessantly save.
Imagine computer crashes. You would never be forgiven. You would go down in Prospect League infamy.
I mean, it's
You
already
would go
happened
with.
once
You
this
would go with.
season.
I'm the. Yeah, it happens. My first season streaming the Prospect League, I got on with Enoch, and I guess I admitted to accidentally cheating, and I had to give up some money. So I think it would be right up there with that, canceling out a game 7 with losing money on a stream. As a matter of fact, I'm the first person to go on a stream as a co-host and walk away with less money than when the stream began. Um, so you go ahead and mess up that game 7, and you and I can share that title of.
I retire.
No, you wouldn't.
I
You're
kid.
needed. You're the Prospect League streamer now. You are the linchpin of this operation.
And then I did put out that prediction. Who wins? I said it longer because I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna ping everybody and give people a chance to get in on the action.
Heck yeah. Let me see who takes it all. North and South. Oof. I gotta stick with the South here, being the home team. Uh, that being said, on the north side, it's the 3-4-5 hitters who we have to watch. Branch Jr., Zelinsky, and Lindsay are combining for over 300 against the South, and they will be the linchpin for the North lineup in Game 7. Keeping a special eye on Ty France Jr., who has the veteran experience and already hit a grand slam in the series. So we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on Ty France Jr. And then on the other side, the South, they're cruising in the 1 through 6 hole in throughout this series, really, except for the number 2 hitter Thompson, who is kind of in the one weak spot in those first 6 hitters. And actually, you can kind of see it here. Oh no, never mind. I guess he hasn't really played for Mitchell at all this season. But I forgot he's the new create, but he's really been the one weak spot for the South, as I believe everyone's hitting a pretty high average, 1 through 6, except for him. And if he's able to produce in Game 7, I think the South win. No pressure on him at all, but I'm going to say if Jordan Thompson finds 2 hits in this game, I predict the South.
All right. Get pinged, everybody. Get pinged. We're gonna hope for the wonderful people in the Prospect League server that they don't have a that they have it all turned off so we're not spoiling for some of them. But everybody else, game seven. Game seven. Winner take all. Will it be the robots or the machines? I guess human is not gonna win, as I see our overlord has made it to the chat.
Yes, Attica Online, the AI overlord.
No, no, robot
He
overlord.
is he is the robot and the machine. A lot of beeps and boops in this championship series, and a lot of runs actually. We've had a lot of runs the last few games. We
I
get
did set that.
Flan Reynolds. Flan
Yeah,
Reynolds was absolutely crushed. If you remember in his last outing, in his last outing he got smoked.
one thing I do want to see. I mean, we're not going to change anything, but since I did set that prediction long, just to give people a chance to pop in and watch a game seven in true PBE playoff stream form. I just want to look and do a stamp check because you brought up a good point.
Check.
We had a lot of scoring in this series, and I am interested to see how both teams' bullpens are doing heading into this game seven. Um, for the North, it looks like, um, North. They got Jader and Jimbo. I'm assuming these guys are all at 100%. So yeah, Brayman's at 100, Jader's at 97, Jimbo's at 94, Stelling 69, Ziegler 69. Whiplash is just done. Whiplash is probably not going to be available, but the North, they got some potential. I mean, they got some runway if it were to play out that way. Take a look at the South real quick. Same thing for the South. They actually only got one. So, I mean, even if this turns into a bullpen situation, both teams seem to be pretty they seem to be on okay ground in that regard.
Yeah, unlike the majors, the prospect league is more akin to the minors, where bullpens are a little deeper. So that does help in situations like this. Granted, they're all 100 TPE builds, so pretty level playing field for everyone. See if Lon Reynolds can bounce back after his horrid outing. But I still think Jordan Thompson's the key to the South. He needs to start producing in the 3 hole. He's the only one of the top 6 batters who he's just kind of been mediocre where everyone else has been good to above average. So that's where I'm keeping my eye for today. And then, I mean, actually, it's both three holes that I'm really interested in. Because Ty France Jr. has been extremely important in the series for the North. So,
And
and a lot of
well,
that has to do with Scotty Sterling getting on base, linking out a lot of infield singles.
promise to delay the elimination of the human race. Well, enjoy Thanksgiving dinner. I've already been hungry for the past 3.5 hours because my colleague here has been talking about nothing but food. Um, calling McCringleberry cranberry sauce and all this stuff and stale bread, which is gross. Damn.
Hey, those are croutons.
Well, you just
Croutons are
said stale
delicious.
bread. You didn't say if it was like soft stale bread or if it was like hard as a rock. Um,
Ah, it's moldy. Moldy
Now
still bread.
you're paying attention to the three hole hitters. I'm paying
Yes, I
attention
am.
to the guys right below them for a completely opposite reason. I'm staring at Zelensky, and now granted, both these guys are bot players with the asterisks, but still, Zelensky against Reynolds, 13 for 27 with a dinger. And then on the flip side, you have the home run leader who we caught hitting the needle a little too much.
Yeah,
Still
yeah,
having a great playoff series in Colton James, 5 for 9 with a dinger against Dion Mitchell. So that's also gonna be something very interesting to pay attention to. And while I'm on that subject, I also see Hector Roca there on the bottom there, the 9 hole hitter for the South, also 5 for 9 in their career against Mitchell. But game 7, my goodness, game 7, that prediction has about a minute or two. I'm gonna let that run all the way down before we get started. Um, I mean, up to you if you want to do first half, second half, or we could change it up in true PBE playoff style, and we both pick a team.
Yeah. I mean, forget it. Why not? I'll take the South if you want to take the
Oh,
the North.
you want to you see you want to call the potential you want to call a potential walk off in a game 7. Hope I
Actually,
hope
what I
I
I
hope
was thinking, I get to look at Jordan Thompson, who I have claimed to be the linchpin of the series. That was my thought behind it. But yeah, I mean, potentially, um, you're right. I could get the walk off bottom of the ninth call.
so hopefully you got something teed up for that.
I I I might ask for your vocal energy. I might, if it happens, I'll just go nasbase. It's you, buddy.
I mean, heck, if it gets tied to the ninth, I'll call the whole ninth if that's what you want. I got no problem with that either.
Hey, why not? You know what? I'll give you that right.
But
You've been streaming the Prospect League all season. If it's tied in the ninth, you got it. It's your right. You've worked hard for that right. So I'll happily step back in the ninth inning if it comes to that.
but I think I'm that prediction's about to run out. We're just gonna get into this game, even though I think I got like 30 seconds on there anyway. So no harm, no foul. It is split right down the middle. 50% of the points to the north, 50% of the points to the south. Buckle up, everybody. The wind's even blowing out to right. I guess the South decided they lost game 6. They're going to open up the roof, mystical, invisible roof that is at Peacock's grounds. So the weather is showing to be offense oriented. Do we see a lot of offense in game 7? Oh boy, let's find out. It's going to be Shrimp McDaniel leading off against Flan Reynolds here in the top of the first. And how's about starting off with a web gem? Hingle McCringleberry steals a hit. Sterling will ground out for the second out. Ty France Jr. Deep fly ball to left, but it's not going to be deep enough. North go down in order as we head to the home half of the first.
And leading off for the South will be Tiger Dawson against Dion Mitchell, who throws a fastball slider splitter, and it's going to start with a Matt Phillips Ty France putout, 4-3. Cassius catch is going to hit it to the third baseman, so 2 outs very quickly. Here's Jordan Thompson, and he goes down swinging. So 1, 2, 3 for the South. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one on base, and it's going to be the North's turn.
And it's going to be Zielinski leading off against Reynolds. Oh, hot shot stolen in the corner by Roca. As Lindsay hits that deep to right, but it dies out at the warning track for out number 2. Matt Phillips with a base hit up the middle. First hit of the game. So 2 out, base runner on for Winton. Base hit to right. Phillips can run. He's going for 3, and he'll get there. So runners in the corners for Wellerman. Fly ball to left, and that is going to be caught. Runners stranded in the corners. We remain scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second.
And leading us off will be regular season home run leader Colton James, and he sees a fastball and he turns on it, but he grounds out to the shortstop. Hingle McCringleberry is going to pop it up in the infield. That is a can of corn, and that's 2 away. Winston Harrison sneaks it past the shortstop, Jaden Zielinski, and he's going to be standing on first for the South's first runner of the game. Leon Riston immediately squanders it, but a pretty close play at second. They are able to get the third out, and the North is back up.
9-1-2 due up. It's going to be Barclay leading off. Grounder to the second baseman for quick out number 1. Top of the order now for McDaniel. Check swing, no swing, ball 4. So runner is on for Scotty Sterling. Fly ball center field. That's going to be caught on the run. 2 outs now for Ty France Jr. Fly ball to right. Pretty well hit, but not enough. As they will leave a runner stranded at first, we remain scoreless as we head to the home half of the third.
Right, Mark Southward, Hector Rocha, and Tiger Dawson are going to lead us off here. And Mark Southward is going to ground out to Jaden Zielinski, 6-3, 1 out. We have Hector Rocha, who is going to strike out looking. That was not what you wanted to see if you were a fan of the South. Tiger Dawson, top of the order, hits a ball right to the left fielder, Bradley Wellerman, puts it away 1, 2, 3 for the South. Very quick inning. It's a pitcher's duel here at the Peacock Ground.
Exactly. Nothing happened in the first 3 innings as Zielinski will lead off with a single up the middle. And that will allow Lindsay to the plate with a runner on. And that's going to be down the line all the way to the corner. Zielinski, he's held up. He's held up at third. So runners at second and third, no outs for Matt Phillips. Oh, almost got away. They keep it in front of him. Nobody will score. Phillips with a fly ball to left center. Center field makes a catch. Throw to the plate is not in time. North take the lead on the sac fly. Runner goes to third. 1-0. Runner third, 1 out for Winton. Caught looking, strike 3. Big strikeout by Reynolds. And now Bradley Wellerman. Ground ball to the shortstop. They get it over to first in time, but the North strike first. They lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Bottom of the fourth, Cassius Catch leading us off, and he lays into it, but again, it is not going to do anything spectacular. Trip McDaniel puts it away. Jordan Thompson actually gets a hit, and that could spell big things as Colton James, Hingle McCringleberry, and Harrison are up next. And that's going to be down as Colton James, who's been hot, continues to stay hot. Person on first and second for Hingle McCringleberry, who pops it out to left field or right field, excuse me, and that is not enough for Jordan Thompson to advance. So Winston Harrison weakly throws it. Oh no, weakly hits it, and bases are loaded from that wrist, and as he lays it out. And this time, the third baseman, Winton, will just toss it over to the second baseman. He doesn't want to mess with that. Back to you, nasbase. No run.
Still a close one as Barclay will lead it off here in the top of the 5th with a base hit to the gap. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Barclay on with a leadoff double. And now Shrimp McDaniel, top of the order. Caught looking, strike 3, inside corner. So 1 out now for Scotty Sterling. Fly ball center field. Playable, makes the catch, runner holds at second base. So Ty France Jr., line drive, base hit to left. They're going to hold the runner. So runners in the corners, 2 outs for Zielinski. Base hit to right. That's going to bring in a run. France Jr. will go to third. It's now 2-0 North. And now Patrick Lindsay. Base hit up the middle. It's going to be a 3-run game for the North on the RBI single by Lindsay. Runners at first, second, 2 outs for Phillips. Ground ball. Phillips can run, but they get the force at second anyway. North put 2 more on the board. 3-0 at the halfway point as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Bottom of the 5th, Mark Southward, Hector Rocha, Tiger Dawson, just like the third inning started, and this time Mark Southward puts it to the wall, rounds first, on his way to second, standing up, not standing up, he gets his hands dirty for no reason. He is at second. Hector Rocha hits one weakly to center field. That is not enough to advance Mark Southworth, so Tiger Dawson now at the plate. He walks, but here comes Cassius Catch, who had the fantastic Game 2 home run game, and he hits a double play ball, but able to turn it. It was kind of a tough play as it had to go first to first. Then Jordan Thompson, who needed to produce there, and he doesn't. So nothing doing there as they leave 2 base runners kind of just standing there. And the North, will see if they can continue to win.
Bottom of the order here for the North as Winton will pop it up in the infield for out number 1. Bradley Wellerman will strike out. 2 away here in the top of the 6th. And now Gage Barclay. Caught looking, strike 3, low outside corner in the North. Go down in order. They maintain the 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th, Colton James up to bat. And he hits one off the end of the bat, and it's going to go to left field where Bradley Willerman will catch it. Hingle McCringleberry bringing the cranberry sauce, and he's going to weakly hit it to the third baseman. 5-3, put out 2 outs. Winston Harrison needs to get something going. Swings and misses. He was way over the top of that one. And that was a quick 1-2-3. Scores still 3-0 North.
It's going to be top of the order leading off the top of the 7th. For the North, it's going to be Shrimp McDaniel who will swing and miss for strike 3. 5th strikeout for Flan Reynolds here in Game 7. New pitcher on the mound, Ichabod Cranepool, facing Scotty Sterling, who will ground it to the third baseman for the second out. Now Ty France Jr. with a high fly ball, no doubt about this one, gone. Dinger time as Tden called it at the beginning of this one. Ty France Jr. with a home run, 4-0 North. 4:32 on the tape. As Zielinski will ground it to the second baseman, bobbled. Bumble. So runner is on as Lindsay will walk. So runners at first and second with 2 outs for Matt Phillips. Fly ball to right, caught. And it is stretch time. North are 2.5 innings away from getting the championship. They lead it 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
All right, Leon Risden, the catcher, needs to get something started, and he will with a single to Bradley Wellerman in left field. So he's standing on first. Mark Southworth up to bat, swings and misses on a 1-2 pitch, goes down 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Hector Rocha at the plate, and he will watch a ball go past him for strike 3. So 2 strikeouts in a row have the leadoff single looking pretty meaningless, as Tiger Dawson will ensure that it's meaningless by hopping out to center field. 4-0 North.
Bottom of the order facing off here in the top of the 8th against Cranepool. Starting off will be Winton. Fly ball center field on the run. It's going to go over his head. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And it's a leadoff double for Winton. And now Bradley Wellerman is caught looking, strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. 1 out here in the top of the 8th for Barclay. Grounder to the first baseman. Runner goes to third. So 2 outs top of the order now for McDaniel. That's going to be a base hit. North add on another. It is 5-0. RBI single for McDaniel brings up Sterling facing Moffitt, the new pitcher, and Sterling bloops it to left. North still trying to tack it on. Runners at first, second for Ty France Jr., who will swing and miss for strike three. And the side is retired. North add on another. They lead it 5-0. We go to the bottom of the eighth.
Hey, shout out to Free Ralu, who's in the chat. Good to see you back. And Cassius Catch, trying to get something going for the South, hits it to right field. Scotty Sterling puts it away. Jordan Thompson up, and he gets his second hit of the day. I might have lied when I said if he gets 2 hits, they win, but he has been producing. Colton James wants to see if
Oh,
he can. Oh, he gets hit in the face. His helmet protects him, I guess. So runner on first and second, Hingle McCringleberry at the
oh,
plate, and he's going to drive it to the wall. Are they going to be able to score two? They will not hold the runner at third, but they do put something on the board to make this an interesting game. A tying runner on deck. Winston Harrison is going to hit it deep to center. That's going to be enough to score a run pretty easily. Uh, Colton James goes home. So now we got Hingle McCringleberry, the Cranberry Sauce Bringer, standing on third with Leon Riston up. Can Leon Riston do something? Is he going to lay it out? He will not. So it'll be a 5-3 putout. But the South are not going down without a fight. They bring it within three. Nasbase to you for the ninth inning.
5-2 North. Zielinski is going to get beaned. I'm waiting for warnings or some sort of brawl logic. We've had so many hit by pitches in this series. As there's the bunt. Look at that bunt. Look at that bunt. Moves the runner over
Back
to
bunt.
second. You got to call all the bunts today. That was my first one. I'm so happy. As Phillips will strike out. And now Winton to the
Happy for you.
plate. Swing and a miss. Strike three. It all comes down to this. Southworth, Roca, Dawson. They need to find 3 runs here in the bottom of the ninth, here in game 7 to stay alive. As Hashiater on the mound, Southworth grounded to first for the first out. Now Hector Roca, fly ball to left field. That's going to be caught in the South. Or down to their final out. Top of the order in Dawson. Fly ball to right. That is caught, and that is it. The North down 2-0 in this series. Come back and win in game 7. They win back to back. Game 6, game 7 to win the prospect showcase. 5-2
All
is
the
your
talk about the
final.
terrible home away splits for both of these teams, and it's the North who come in and win 2 away games in a row to take the championship. So congratulations to the North. Scotty Sterling, Sen, I see you there. Congratulations. That was a very fun series.
The first 4 games of this series, the home team ended up winning. The final 3 games of this series, the road team came out on top. Taking a look at our final box scores of this season of the Prospect League, Shrimp McDaniel 1 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. Scotty Sterling going 1 for 5. Matt Phillips 1 for 4 with an RBI. Winton going 2 for 5 with a run and a double. And then for the South, Thompson 2 for 4 with a run scored. And then Leon Riston and Mark Southworth both pitching in with base hits. Southworth getting a double. Dion Mitchell, 7 1/3 innings, giving up only 1 run, will get the win in game 7. Flan Reynolds will take the loss. Dion Mitchell is your player of the game. As far as our World Series MVP, it is going to go to Ty France Jr. Why not? Hit a
That was my
grand
guess.
slam. And I believe it was
110
game
RBIs.
3.
Yes, it was game
Um,
3.
have a happy Thanksgiving, Dak. Thanks for hanging out with us
Hey,
on
Dak,
this
thanks for
holiday.
stopping in.
I look forward to my chocolate chip cookies. But what a game 7 we had. We got to save that just to make sure that that doesn't go anywhere. We still have some unfinished business though. As far as the prospect
We
league
do.
goes. I don't know how far I this is my first playoff stream, so I don't know how far ahead before it triggers it. Is it 1 day or 2? Nothing there.
I am. Well, if you're looking for the award announcements,
Yeah. Oh, well,
uh, well,
I'm
that's the
not
voting. So
voting.
if you hit, you can simulate through or to the
Oh,
awards.
yeah, that's right. We'll
So it
do
kind of all on
they're all
different
on different
days.
days, so we'll just do it this way. Get it all the way up through there.
Why they're all announced on different days, I don't know. But is that how it is in real life? I don't even know.
I think MVP is announced on a different day. I know Gold Glove is announced on a separate day than MVP, but I don't know about all of them. But
Yeah, I have
let's
no
go
idea.
ahead and take a look. Actually, you know what? It's probably gonna be email's probably gonna be the easiest way to look at it. I don't fiddle around with oh, well then. Um,
Yeah, I
fine, we'll go
think
this way then. We'll go this way. Even though I want to go start here. There we go. So for the gold gloves, Hector Roca of the South getting the third base gold glove. Dezen Giel of the East getting the gold glove for the right fielders. Mikey Weiser does get reliever of the year for the East.
a lot of bots there, as you'd expect.
Platinum Stick, aka the Silver Slugger, Rue for the East getting it for third base. Scotty Sterling getting it for the north and right field. And because McFish had a couple at bats as DH, you're welcome, Mysterious Fish. You get a Silver Slugger for DH because why not? Mikey Wise, wow, a relief pitcher gets pitcher of the year. You
Yeah.
don't see that
Well,
very often.
no, I guess a 1.31 ERA will do it, and I imagine Prospect League, that's pretty phenomenal.
Well, pitching has been hard to come by in this season of the Prospect League. That's not it. Colton James, I mean, are we surprised? No. Um, broke the broke the home run record, even though we caught him cheating halfway through the
So
season.
you
Um,
did catch him cheating. Congratulations, you cheated your way to an MVP. Uh,
Though, getting third in the MVP vote, led the league in hits, almost had the league lead in batting average, but Ash Ketchum coming in on the last stream to take the batting average title. Also receiving votes for MVP, Scotty Sterling of the North. But
I'd like to say that the ERA on Weiser, uh, Mike, Mike, 1.31 sets the single season ERA record for the
uh
TDE. So
this
there's
is
that. Congratulations to him.
no, it's not. I always get these menus mixed up. That's what I'm looking for.
Or I thought it did. Well, it said one. Was he 1.31? Maybe they don't update the records yet.
I will
Oh no,
say
it was
this
1
though.
2059.
I will say this.
Interesting.
We had a create make some history. Italian
Yeah,
Solo, the 9 wins, ties the all-time single season wins record with Jerry Riggs.
fantastic. Love seeing that.
And then let's see anything else. Obviously, we knew about Colton James and that whole deal. Um, little side nugget: by two at bats, Rue will have the single season at bats record.
That's cool.
Did we break any postseason records?
It does not appear so.
I mean, I see one, but I'm not going to point
This,
it out. It's not really a great one. I don't know if you want.
this
I don't know if you want a record like
oh,
that. Um,
but Tiger Dawson, the leadoff hitter, mind
oh,
you.
is
I
Fetty
do.
still in chat? Is Fetty still in chat? I guess I never caught this. Um, in last season's prospect league, well, actually, I guess I didn't do the playoffs, so I guess that's why I wouldn't have saw it. Um, D Fernandez actually has the postseason record for not only stolen bases with 5, but triples with 2. I know that was last season, but I saw Fetty in chat, so I figured I'd throw that out there while we're here. Also, if there's one screen that I could think of that would show the legend in the postseason that is Jose, I think I found my screen.
Yeah, no, the career batting stuff is a little, it's kind of cheating because
But it's
he
still
has
Jose.
way more. It is
Shh,
still
it's still
Jose. What's
Jose.
funny is D Fernandez is still sitting there in the triples. Look at that one, the one name that kind of sticks out is
Oh
the
yeah,
two triples. No one has hit more. No one has hit more than two triples in a career postseason. His
3.
two and the one
Well,
was
actually, hang
good
on.
enough.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Well, Savage was a
5, 6.
Buffalo
I know
surgeon.
some of these I'm probably skipping, but we had like 8 or 9 creates hit a triple in the postseason. 19 total. I don't
Look
know.
at
Did we have a
Jose.
I don't think we even had a triple in
Zero.
this postseason. I don't see any. Maybe Colton
Brandon
James.
Zahn.
Well, actually,
Brandon
I know it
Zahn hit
was.
one.
Yeah,
Apparently, we had a few
and
triples. I
McCringleberry.
thought. Yeah, and Winston Harrison. Because I know in the last game I had a triple, stand-up triple even. Uh, yeah.
And then did we have any? I don't think I saw anything for pitching. Nope, nothing for pitching. But that man, where is this prospect league gone? Um, I'm gonna leave it on that screen, I suppose. Any final words for prospect?
Uh, yeah. I mean, this has been a tremendous amount of fun. I got 2 streams in this year with you, and I really appreciate the work that you've done this year. You put a lot of work into this prospect league, some single-handedly. So big thanks to you. You were incredible throughout the beginning of the creation until now. So a lot of thanks to you from probably everybody. And it was a ton of fun today. A long stream on a holiday. I think we get holiday pay, right? 1.5 times. Um, but it was worth it. So thanks for having me, and thanks for doing this all season long, or all prospect league season, I should say.
Absolutely, and I know what I'm doing after this stream. I'm gonna poke our big boss, who usually finds his way into a prospect league stream, but it is holiday season, and they went on vacation. But I think I'm gonna have to poke our boss about holiday and or playoff pay, because I know playoff streams get paid more. This is technically a playoff stream, so I'm gonna do some poking, especially
Technically.
considering I need some monies for the other thing that I do a lot that I'm also in charge of coming on up here soon with stocks. I need all the money I can get from my
Oh yeah.
stocks. As I for the wonderful 14 people who are here, congratulations. You get a little hint hint wink wink nudge nudge. At least until the I upload this to the YouTube channel, but um there are going to be I'm excited for what's going on with stocks coming up. There are going to be some changes. There's going to be new offerings, or rather different offerings. So I'm excited to roll that out.
Okay.
Um, but I've had such a blast doing Prospect League. I remember when I first joined the league, and I watched my first Prospect League stream. I was probably one of only the few people that weren't in Prospect League that actually watched most of them. So to actually be able to do as much as I have and work with guys like you and Enoch and Punk, and also shout out to Chadwick, who's also been in the booth a lot this season.
Lord Lord
Um
Parkwad
and
as
LP.
well, though I
Yep.
haven't seen him a lot this year.
L L
But
LP got me covered. LP got me covered when my internet went out, and managed to pump up the real-time sim for me when technology decided. I think it was one of the robots. They didn't want to see a stream, so they took out my internet for a night.
I remember that. I
But yeah,
remember that.
absolutely. Shout out to LP as well. Also doing a lot of work in the background when it comes to this. I know somebody asked in chat earlier, I know there's going to be an announcement as far as the majors stream, or sorry, the majors draft stream, I should say. AJ will be doing that draft stream. I see 7 p.m. Eastern for that tomorrow night. My streaming is not done for. I still have a couple streams left in this off season. Um, with
Oh,
one of
award
those
stream and minor
streams,
draft.
exactly. Yeah, one of those streams, all these wonderful people in the prospect league are itching to find out what homes they have for next season or this upcoming season. So stay tuned. Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be myself, and I know I'm going to have a couple GMs hanging around. It is a holiday weekend, so you know, maybe a little bit light in the peanut gallery. I mean, the other GMs. So stay tuned on that. I'll get that announcement out tomorrow. And also the other stream, as T-Den just mentioned, my personal favorite stream to do, even though I fumble bumbled in last season's one, not knowing what happens in a tie. But now I do. Now I know what happens in a tie. But
See,
we're
learning
gonna,
experience.
yeah. And thankfully, I'm not gonna name names, but thankfully that person took it really well. I did apologize to them after the stream. I felt so bad. I felt like I was like, "This is how Steve Harvey feels." My goodness, I hate this. But award stream, we celebrate greatness Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then we flip the calendar. We get to look forward to hummus and his wonderful tahini on Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern time. So hopefully you all got your brackets in for that. Get free money. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then we head on into spring training. TBD on Thursday. I see Rabbit will be taking care of the second spring training stream on Saturday the 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern. But stay tuned for the first spring training stream on that Thursday. But my, oh, my friends, oh, I felt like we just started Prospect League yesterday. Things fly when you're having fun. Um,
Things
s
fly, and the prospect league is short, but it is a ton of fun.
but, let's see, who do I oh, man, I got choice I mean, granted, for OTP, I got choices as far as a raid today. Um, you know what? I would raid the main OTP channel, but I'm gonna raid into somebody who has raided into us before, who I haven't had a chance to go say hi to. We're gonna raid into fellow OOTP affiliate, good old Dr. D, Dr. Dynastic. We're gonna go ahead and raid
Sure.
on into that stream. As I mentioned earlier, friends, I'm gonna try to get these VODs put up, so hopefully by the end of the night, y'all can watch it, revisit it, even though you technically do on the Twitch channel, but still, give the YouTube channel some love. Speaking of love, this was a great Prospect League. T-Den, appreciate you hanging out in the booth with me this afternoon. If you
Thanks for
celebrate,
the invite.
happy Thanksgiving. We got to see a game 7 on a holiday. Oh boy. But with that being said, friends, don't eat too much. And if you do, I hope the food coma is great. And I hope the food is great. That's it for us. 4-hour holiday stream heading on over to Dr. Dynastic. Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you later.
Adios.